Transmission acknowledged. We beam back official acknowledged. The journey into the unknown starts now!
Beam me up, Maya star fire, light it up. SNX on the airwaves now. Truth in the static, clear somehow. I've been a seeker since day one, with a pocket full of doubt and a red sun. Coley, Weber, voice so clear. Maya star fire, bring that near. Unite the ones who feel too deep. Wake that fire, raise it up from sleep. Coley UFO, beam me up. Star fire, light it up. Light it up. SNX, we rise as one. Truth dream, here we come. Coley UFO, Maya star fire, light it up. Coley Weber, aka Coley UFO, hot supreme when the questions flow. Experiencer with a steady hand, pointing souls to the promised land. Maya star fire, healer in flame. Master energy, calling your name. Impact glow in the midnight air. Take that journey if you dare. Coley Weber, vision clear. SNX uniting year by year. Maya star fire, spark and guide. Open the door and step inside. Coley UFO, beam me up. Beam me up. Maya star fire, light it up. Light it up. SNX, we rise as one. Truth dream, here we come. Maya star fire, light it up. Beyond disclosure, we keep it real. Heart to heart, that's the deal. Seekers gather, names in flight. One true path in the neon night. One true path in the neon night. Coley UFO, beam me up.
In pursuit of truth, that is our mission. Deception is the game. The game. SNX ground crew is what we bring. SNX radio, turn it up. Calling you a hero, beat me up. Maya star fire, lighting it up. SNX ground crew, light the way up. We were the ones destined to remember. Destined to remember. We come again, never surrender. Never surrender. SNX radio, pave the way. Calling you a hero, turn it up. Maya star fire, light the way. We don't play, they company play. We don't play. SNX ground crew is what we bring. Ground crew. Ground crew. Calling you a foe. Lead us through. Be a star fire. Light the way. Light the way. SNX ground crew is what we bring. Coley UFO. Lock in. Let's go. And walking chips up, chrome on the kicks. Talk big talk, got codes, got tricks.
I see you flex, but it's cute, that's small.
I run this grid, one ping, you stall.
I'm that glitch in your perfect run. A girl turn a joke to a loaded gun.
You call control, I call it love.
You call it game.
I call it us.
You wanna climb, I'm already upstairs. You wanna shine, I'm burning in the flares. Step in my lane, you slip, you slide.
Say my name once.
Then we ride.
Beat me up, Coley, turn this up too loud.
Too loud.
SNX crazy, shake the whole damn crowd. You call, I respond, we collide on the floor. When the baseline hits, they be begging for more.
Beat me up, Coley, send the signal through. If you ride for the way, better say that too.
You say yo, yo, you say yo, oh. When that drop comes in, we don't ever shut up.
Hey! Wait!
I talk slick in the candy coat draw. Hair slick back, I was born to brawl.
Cat, I swing with a diamond lip gloss. Step on next and design a cross.
Old school fade with a brand new glitch. I flip the script, make a rich kid itch.
You want that ring, that crown, that throne?
Smoke that bone.
We write our own. You feel the heat that's us in the room. You feel that tilt that you're old like doom. Count it down from 3, then 1.
When I say jump,
You run.
beat me up, Coley, turn this up too loud.
Too loud.
SNX crazy, shake the whole damn crowd. You call, I respond, we collide on the floor. When the baseline hits, they be begging for more.
Beat me up, Coley, send a signal through. If you ride from the way, better say that too.
You say yo, yo, you say yo, oh. When that drop comes in, we don't ever shut up. Wait.
Wait, stop.
Freeze in place.
You gon' move when I twist this face.
One little click, then the world goes bright. Blue light.
Off in the cloud, still stomp that ground.
Off in the dark, still run this town.
Talk that talk, better back that claim.
Say Coley UFO. Say my name. Beat me up, Coley, turn this up too loud.
Too loud.
SNX crazy, shake the whole damn crowd.
Too loud.
You call, I respond, we collide on the floor. When the baseline hits, they be begging for more.
Beat me up, Coley, send a signal through. If you ride for the way, better say that too.
You say yo, yo, you say yo, when that drop comes in, we don't ever shut up.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of SNX Radio. I'm Coley, also known as Coley UFO, and it's great to see everybody here tonight. The chat was popping. I know that we've kind of I definitely kind of had a little bit of a rough streak with stuff, but hopefully everything's back in order. And guest wise, I appreciate it, but it's been so awesome having people like Erica and Blackie and Roger, of course. You know, so yes, like I said, we're going to be going back to some sort of a normal schedule anyway for us. I just want to start off by saying hello to everybody in chat. Hey, Blackie, you guys, if you did not see the Oddcast podcast Off the Record, definitely go watch Blackie and I and Erica. Erica's absolutely. She just can light up a room with her smile and her laugh. Diane, it's great to see you, Diane. Thank you so much for being here. I love it. Beam me up. And if anybody doesn't know, the beam me up, light it up, all of that is that's Diane. That's all from her. Michigan Sandman. Great to see you have your wrench back. Oh, we got Doc Skinner. That is our guest, and he is from 1080 or 1028 production. So definitely get over there and subscribe along with the Oddcast podcast Off the Record. Can't say that 5 times. Larry, it's great to see you. Amy, thank you so much for always linking us up. That's awesome. Catherine, it's great to see you. This is great. I guess I should have Doc out here since, oh yeah, you know what? Since you're streaming too, let's see. I'm going to add him on the stage. Are you there? Are you there? We're like 2. So I know that I didn't really announce you, but I'm seeing some of your people on here, and I figured that you probably wanted to go through chat too and say hello.
No, I still have people. That's cool.
Yeah, you have.
I got my tribe still. It's good to know.
Yeah, they're starting to. Yeah, that's awesome. It's good to see you back. Oh, you don't have your spaceship anymore, is what Mr. B would always say. It's good to see him back in a spaceship, he said.
No, thanks to Zuckerberg and the powers of B, I've been suspended and first deleted, and then again tried to get on it with a new account, fresh, and they suspended me within within days. So I am circumventing it all. No more algorithms, no more being at the bottom of the search engine. So I was very surprised, but I purchased DocSkinner.com, and I'm starting a new show, which is going to be different from the norm because we won't have these, we won't have this, and we won't have fake setup in the background. I am joining forces with an old friend, a film guy that I used to work with a while back, and he is accumulated some amazing gear, like the gear they use on major action movies, Star Wars, Star Trek. Just it's the red cameras is, and then they're pretty expensive, but they're beautiful. And so we're gonna have that and wireless mics, intro, outro, music. It's gonna be like Ancient Aliens. And at first we'll have to do Zoom calls like this from a campsite. But then hopefully we'll be going to locations where these guests are.
Very cool.
If you see me do this, I'm a parent, and I'm hearing one of my little puppies squeal, and I'm trying to debate if it's like a play squeal or if being eaten squeal.
Oh yeah, you have dogs.
I have 2 litters of puppies.
2 litters? Oh, do you need to go check on them?
Can you give me 1 second? This just started happening. Hold on 1 second. Make sure they're not like caught in a cage or something.
Oh God.
Can you give me 30 seconds?
Yeah, you're good. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna keep hitting chat. So hopefully Doc Skinner's litters of 2 litters. Jeez Louise. Are doing okay. It's great to see you, E and Larry, of course. Amy, thank you for linking us up. That's awesome. Oh my gosh, that is so awesome. I see the posts. That's amazing. I don't know how you do it, girl, but you do it, and you do it very well. Mad Pax, it's great to see you, Mad Pax. Yeah, I'm going through it, and I saw somebody that was in on your side, and I think I forgot. Spider Bite, great to see you, girl. Let me see. Oh, Standing Stones, and we got Undead Jed is in the house. Great to see you, Michigan Sandman.
Someone's saying I have a Patreon. I don't go to the Patreon. That's old. I don't know where that came from. Amy Alo.
No,
No
she's getting
Patreon.
it up here because I have that. Do you want me to?
Yeah, delete that. For now on, everything, the flagship is docskinner.com, and then 1028 Productions will be below that. The Fly trilogy, the movie series, and it'll just all branch under mine so that I'm the one with the final say. No more of this algorithm crap. No one telling me what I can and can't say or play or record or whatever. No more strikes.
DocSkinner.com is what you have?
Yes, ma'am. And I just started putting it together, so it's still fresh.
Okay.
There's a
Well, we'll get
membership.
that changed for you.
It's $5 a month, or if you do a whole year up front, it's $50. And then if you're in the first 500, which anybody that starts right now would be in the first 500, you become a founding member, and that's locked in forever. Everybody after that's $10 or $8 or whatever it is, more. And these people will be locked in. They'll be known as founders. They'll have their own merchandise page for just the founder members with like founder hats and stuff like that. But the merch is not going to be your run-of-the-mill t-shirts and stuff. It's going to be flannels with, Vestige with Doc Skinner, and camping mugs, out in the bush type gear, a lot of leather backpacks and stuff. And hold on, I went out there. You stop crying, and I come back and they start crying again. But they survived the first attack. I guess they can survive the next one.
Why did you have 2 litters? What would you get 2 going
well,
here?
because I thought, why not spend more money every week? So I thought, let's just double down. No,
Oh my God.
I had nothing to do with it. It's kind of a natural thing between dogs. So,
Oh, okay. I don't know how this whole thing works. I just know that 2 litters at one time seems like an awful lot. I thought maybe you could,
I'm gonna go
space it
grab
out
it. Wait,
some
wait,
or
I'll be
something.
right back. Hold on, it's screaming pretty loud. Hold on.
What do you think? You've seen it all. I don't know. But yeah, I made a mistake on his link, so I'll go ahead and update that. Then I see if I missed anybody before he stopped me. Standing Stones, hello. If I didn't say hello to you, Erica, and your beautiful smile and your wonderful laugh that brings joy to the world. It's great to see you. Guys, if you have not heard Erica's laugh, she's like, it really does. It like brings joy to the world. Billy, it's great to see you. Glad you have your wrench back also. Let's see here. I didn't want to miss anybody. John Allen, it's great to have you back. It's as always. And Spider-Bite, yes.
Culprit.
Puppies are not eating each They're worried about your puppies. They are worried about your puppies.
This is the culprit. Was picking on the little litter. This is like an older brother from another litter. And
are they all brothers and sisters?
No, he was one of 3. The 2 females have got homes. So this is Dennis the Menace. And
God, he looks like a Dennis.
He's really good with the pups, but when he's alone with them, he doesn't realize how big he is. And so he was like,
typical dog parent making excuses.
Well, he was,
joking.
He was showing them physics by throwing them around by their tails. When I went out, I was like, no. So yeah, he'll sit here.
Yeah, he's always didn't mean to bite you. He's just got little TV once in a while.
He's a little boy. So he's only he's only like 3 months old, I think. So
yeah, that's too soon to really know.
But anyway, we're probably gonna keep him because he's a tiny one. So
he's a runt.
Yeah, he technically was, but he just got too much personality. So
is that anyways, like
I apologize
to breed smaller? Well, we got to ask a couple questions here about the dogs before we get into it.
Yeah, people prefer the smaller the better. There's small, medium, and large. This is
so it's not because you like Mr. Dennis the Menace over there. It's that you want his genes.
Well, both. Yeah. Oh, no, I know. And here it is, name. But no, he's a little boy, so he's still mischievous. Hence why I nicknamed him Dennis the Menace. If we find him a home, they'll of course change his name, I'm sure. But yeah, he's a good little one. Except
what kind of dogs are they? Somebody asked.
They're Bichon Frises, and they're not cheap because they're hyperallergic.
They don't sound cheap.
Yeah,
Jean.
if you're allergic to dogs, these dogs you won't be allergic to because they don't shed. Their hair doesn't come off unless you cut it off. So there's no cleaning or sweeping after them or anything like that. Really good temperament. And now they have these buttons for pet owners where you can push the button and record your voice saying certain things like
Oh my
outside,
God, are you
feed
doing the
me,
buttons?
I love you. And if you go on TikTok and look up dog buttons, the videos are hilarious. Because some of them, they know what they're saying. Some of them do whole sentences,
I've
phrases.
seen that. I've been watching these dog buttons for a good year now. The one that's closest. Well, then you go into it's so aware of itself. Is it conscious? Like,
Mhm.
I mean, that one dog, I can't remember who it is with the lady that has that red hair, whatever. She's got a lot of she uses that as an emotional support. I think she kind of has breakdowns during the thing more than the dog does, but
I don't know. I don't know who that is.
I can't remember. It was like the main dog. Like there and like it got pretty far. I was surprised. I would like Bunny. Bunny was the dog's name.
Mm,
Anybody see the Bunny videos?
mm-mm.
You're talking about dog and you've never seen Bunny? He's like the
There's so many
main
videos out there.
button dog. Oh, I
Mm.
don't know. I think
Oh no, no, is
Bunny's
that the one that goes to like conventions and all the dog people freak out? It's like a golden retriever.
yes, I think it's a bigger
Yeah.
dog.
Okay, I am aware of it. Then yeah.
It's like
So
white. Okay, we'll let
mm.
you off the hook on that one. So tonight, yeah, I said,
Look at the
what would you like to
puppy.
Oh, yeah, if anything, that's that right there will pull them in. People, I love animals. I've seen people before on videos, and I'll stop them. Like, I stopped to see your dog. Like,
Mhm.
yeah, I love animals. But you picked a great topic for this evening, and I don't know if I got this right or not. The prophecy meets hidden history. Like, have we been born into a fabricated timeline? Is this groundbreaking episode of transformation? Excuse me. I just wanted to go into for
Well,
people who don't know. Yeah, because I didn't
uh,
I
should
thought that these are two great topics, and I'd love to see how we stitch them together.
well, um, it's a new topic to me, so I'm not going to sit here and claim expertism on this. I'm learning because it's not that it's new information; it's just now coming to light.
Mhm.
Um, for those that don't know, our world was run for 1,000 years by what we call the Tartarian Empire. That's why you see all these government buildings that look Romanesque that are very similar all around the world at every country. You know, Russia, Japan, America, South America. They all have these similar buildings because at one time we had the Tartarian Empire going on. And some say, and that's where Satan's little season comes in, is that in the book of Revelations, it says Jesus will come back, after all of this happens, and he'll reign for 1,000 years of peace. And then they would give Satan his little season, which would be, like his 1,000 years to reign havoc. Well,
That's what's going on right now, isn't it?
and that's what they're saying is that people that are waiting
Yeah.
on the rapture and the second coming and all that, um, are waiting in vain because it already took place. And if you look at a lot of these Tartarian old world buildings, is what they're kind of calling them now. Okay, you look at the photos of them, like before the 1850s. These buildings have numbers on them, and they say J, and then 3 digits. All right, that was the 1,000 years with Jesus. So it was Jesus, and then it would go up to 999. Right. Well, what Satan decided to do was to erase that history and let people think, oh, well, it hasn't happened yet. So get ready for it. And then, of course, our government's on stupid. They're like, well, oh man, we're gonna need to use this Bible as like a, like a script, and we're gonna have to create this thing called Project Blue Beam and all this stuff. And we're gonna have to because they know it's not really going to happen. And I know I'm going to lose a lot. I've been a Christian all my life. Don't get me wrong. Okay. But when you put all this together, and the fact that on these same buildings that you see photos of that say the J and then 976 or 982 or whatever, they now have the J replaced with a 1, which means that they created 1,000 years that did not exist. And they threw the dark ages in there, kind of narrate the story. And then, didn't get his attention. He was like, why'd you put me down? So,
next time have 3 litters
what?
of puppies.
Oh, well, we did. Just one was on Easter Sunday, and then the other 2 was June 15th and the 19th. So,
all at one time.
This is the Easter boy right here is Dennis. So, but this is the cinematic Christian movie flick kind of storyline that's in my mind. Okay, is that we had our 1,000 years of peace. Jesus here. We had free energy. We had free flight, with all the Zeppelins everywhere. We had giants. Look at all the doors, how big they are. And the fact, I think we talked about the staircases and the steps up to these buildings. You have what they call landings. All right. Why would you call it a landing unless you were landing a foot on each of the landings? And then the people walk the stairs in between. And so those steps were for the giants. The doors being massive were for the giants. But then when Satan took over, his demons or whatever, however you want to see it, took over certain families, the ones we all know of. Okay. The ones that have been running the world since, the same ones that ran psionic weapons that they had back then and basically liquefied the ground, causing buildings to sink worldwide, hence the mud flood. Now, and there was a battle. And then when this happened, they were like, we need to get rid of these adults because the adults know the history. And they're going to, because that's what we do as a human species. We pass stories down from generation to generation. And they knew this would happen. So how do we control the narration of history? You get rid of the adults, okay? First, by having all of the fathers and the husbands be drafted into the military, go to the other side of the world and fight in another place for something that they had nothing to do with, okay? Destroying cities that look like Tartarian buildings, okay? Destroying it all, getting rid of the evidence, dying in the process. The wives are at home, losing their minds because they don't know what it's like to, have their husbands off to war. And they're saying, our husbands are in this thing and we remember the history and all this stuff. And so they got put in insane asylums. Then all the children were put on the orphan trains and put in orphanages, and they were dispersed all throughout the country. Some were sent to Australia, and kids in Australia were sent here just to really jack with everybody's heads. So you see these photos in the 1850s and stuff of these beautiful places that look like the World Fair, surrounded in mud, with maybe 2 or 3 horses, buggies, and carriages, and then some very, very pompous people in jackets and dresses and umbrellas or parasols. Parasols. Is that what they're called? The umbrellas. And sorry, I was being classic.
You're way ahead of me on that
all
one.
these photos, right? And then you have the World's Fairs where they say, "Oh, we built these huge, cities in a year or two." And then we destroyed it 6 months later. The hell we did. Why do you think they came up with the term founded? Because they came across and found the remnants or the vestige, little show plug there, by the way, remnants of a history that was, is that they were like, okay, we have all these buildings. We can't just say they appeared out of nowhere because that ruins the illusion. So they created the World Fairs, and they went around, they showcased the remnants of these Tartarian cities, and then got rid of them. 6 months later, tore it all down, and this was sturdy stuff. And by doing that, because think about it, if we had all that, why were we still in horse and buggies? Why were people still living in
Can I
shacks?
tell you that I worked at a zip line where I was a guide trainer, but I had to learn their whole spiel. So we'd be like 100 years ago, the electric trolley came all the way through where we had light poles with all this electricity that came through selling people electricity. It's like nobody got the bill. The electric train just came. I mean, it's like,
People,
what? You know?
people lived. They weren't enslaved. That was 1,000 years reign of peace. And what kills me is me amongst billions of Christian followers were fed this. And now we're all, I mean, the public, thanks to TikTok and book sales and all stuff, we're all, and the senator who's coming out with MK Ultra and the UFO files and all, she says, if you want to know, look and read the book of Enoch, which is one of the 22 books that King James decided, well, I'm going to take all this out. And if you look at the last sentence, I think it's the last sentence in the Bible, it says, you must never change a word, a letter, a syllable of this Bible. But what did they do? They kept doing it. They edited it, they censored it, and then repackaged it because it's King James. Oh my God, everybody's got to have one. And then it became the standard, or the NIV. Those became the standard. But if you go online and you got to make sure you get the right one, because some of the it's an Ethiopian Bible is what you want to look up. Ethiopian Bible. And if you didn't know, the Ethiopians were so isolated that they weren't
They're on a different calendar. If we went to Ethiopia, we'd go back 7 years in time. We'd be 7 years younger.
Because they were never converted. Their libraries were never burnt. Their books were never burnt. So they had a collection of all the original stuff. And they put it together as the Ethiopian Bible because it's all 88 chapters, not 66. And in the book of Enoch, he talks about being taken up alive into heaven. He was up in a ship. And then you have the giants and stuff. And then there was no dinosaurs. There were dragons. Here's a news flash, folks.
For sure.
Smithsonian lies to you. They falsify stuff.
Most don't even get me going. It's all bull crap.
Most of those skeletons are like plastered in
chicken bones from China.
Right? And they also, when Kincaid, I can't believe I remember that, Kincaid, an explorer and an artist who would do American landscapes in the Grand Canyon, he discovered these caves with these giant mummies or skeletons. And they took it, the Smithsonian, because I thought he thought they were going to display it and he was going to be famous. They buried it or destroyed them because they were a part of this narration of history. Yeah. That's why, so many big newspapers and stuff, you're like, why won't they let me touch a story with a 10-foot pole? Controls the narrative. Okay. So all these world fairs
Operation
were going on.
Mockingbird. That's what I said.
All the CIA. Yep. And the things. And so by doing this, they control this, and they have pulled. You think the pandemic was being hoodwinked? This is the biggest hoodwink because they've convinced generations and generations that the rapture and all that, or Jesus' second coming and all that is still to come. When in fact it happened, and the Rothschilds and the Rockefellers and all the families that are evil incarnate and that are running all this stuff, they knew that. And that's how they've been manipulating the religious base, laughing to the bank, because they know that no matter what they do, they don't have to worry about not getting raptured for being a bad guy, because they know that ship has sailed and they're riding the gravy train on Satan's gravy train right now.
Maybe they didn't buy enough indulgences to get to heaven. That was a problem.
That's just what they're told. Really.
I know. I grew up in this crazy too. It's madness. Yeah, and if people don't think that a man-written tool is going to be manipulated and used, it's going to be manipulated and used. And translation gets lost. I mean, lost in translation is a real thing. It's right. The game of telephone. I said, to keep it lie, all you have to do you have a 5-year-old niece or nephew? Send them around your neighborhood and ask them to ask every neighbor if Santa Claus is real or not. And let's see if anybody tells, because it's so easy to keep these mass lies going in ways
Oh
that, I
yeah.
mean, they're designed by
Well,
design.
I hate to bring it up. I know it's just a fresh wound because it just happened in the past 48 hours, but the whole thing with Fauci, I mean, you look back and you watch all these compilations of all these news broadcasts saying, "Oh, you're the enemy. Didn't get your damn vaccinated. They're gonna kill us, by not getting vaccinated." And now we find out from his personal diary, him telling himself, puffing up his own chest, because he's making all this money off of it. Literally, cash prizes over $1 million, and yeah, it's crazy. Did I mention the thing about him? Was it before, or have I already said it on the show?
No, you're
Where
telling me behind.
Okay, so but you knew because you mentioned the punchline at the end. So
The Fauci
um,
ouchie?
not that it's funny, but okay. So people are now waking up that this whole time we were all bamboozled. Well, most people that got the thingamabobs, they got bamboozled because they told you're gonna die if you don't. Well, it was all for money, and it's all come out in the wash. It's in the Senate hearings the past 2 days or yesterday, whenever it was. And all of us conspiracy nuts were right again. Yes, I know. One for our team, right? You go. That's a good point. So
Root
so
for our
so now
team.
I trained him all week for that. It's hard, but he recognized the words to come in on, and
Yo, yeah.
so it's okay, vampire. That was my jugular.
He's just 3
Oh shoot,
months.
what was I saying? This little bundle. It's like a piranha with fur. What was I saying?
He's just a little boy. He'll get
No,
past
no. What
that.
was that? Ouch.
The Fauci
Um,
ouchie.
oh yeah. Okay, so people are now realizing it, and they're like, "Oh wow, he bamboozled us." But what people aren't aware of, or they forgot, was this was his second time around. Now, people remember that, our President Trump was like, well, I inherited him. He's been, with the White House since the 80s, because he not only led the whole COVID campaign, he also led the AIDS campaign.
Yeah, you asked me
Yeah, why does
backstage.
that matter?
Yeah.
Why does that matter, Doc?
And almost the monkeypox.
No,
He almost got us with the monkeypox. But yes, he has.
Ask me,
Oh, why
ask me.
does this matter? Why does this
I'm
matter?
so glad you asked, because
Yeah.
I think it's important. So the pardon, okay, which earlier we were all told it's all bullshit, it doesn't not real, it's using the pen. All right. Then all of a sudden, yesterday after the whole event, he's asked about it. He goes, well, he was pardoned, so I had to respect that. Okay. Well, everybody knew on that team that he was going to plead the fifth on everything. Hence why they had the lawyer sit at his table, even though they told him he wasn't allowed to. He sat there anyway, and then they had to stop the whole proceedings and say, get the hell out. So it was all staged. Once again, 5 inches. I know, it was really cool, wasn't it? He's so smart. Anyway, so what happened is they knew he was going to do this. So and the fact that he had a pardon, and Trump's like, it's okay, we'll let it go. The pardon says now that he is pardoned, no matter what he would say, he has to answer the questions. He doesn't have the Fifth Amendment right anymore. Okay. So by doing the Fifth Amendment 111 times, he is now in contempt of court. But the what do you call it? The pardon was only for 2014 to now for COVID. Okay. And he wanted, Fauci tried to get the pardon for the entire term of him working for NIH.
Oh, I'm sure he did.
Which went all the way back.
Oh,
Now, so here's the folks, lawyers, attorneys, senators, attorney generals, just so you know, the pardon doesn't go for the time he was doing the AIDS thing too.
But do we know he's not already covered? And that's how he knew to get a covering on this one, though.
I'm sure somebody would have found it.
So what we waited until, I mean, it went day by day by day up until we're like, we're not going to be able to persecute, I thought it timed out on the statute of limitations. Like, what are they actually going for then?
No, he was free and clear. He was free and
Yeah.
clear with the pardon. But they cornered him, and his lawyers weren't smart enough to remember that part of the law, and they played him. They played him right into their hands, and he was just smoking straight the whole time. Like,
Do
my
you think
attorneys
anybody's
advised
gonna
me.
do anything about it? If they do something about it, I'll be like,
Well, I'll tell you
somebody's gotta
something.
do something about it.
You know how I believe that our government or the New World, whoever, the Illuminati Draconians, they have some kind of frequency over us that keeps us calm to a certain level. Okay. Only reason why I believe that is because there are almost 8 billion people on this planet, and the things that he did, the things that Gates did, and they're
Mhm.
still walking. How? You're telling me out of 8 million, and I'm not saying call on to do that, but I'm just saying the law of averages. Come on. But whatever. I think I know Bill Gates got warrants for his immune shots around in different parts of the world. He can't go near those countries, or he's going to be taken for a war crime. Because that's what it is. It's war. It was war against the people. It was war against our economy. It was a war against our children.
Mhm.
And they really did. They forced it on us. Now, this is a perfect example of how the powers that be, and I'm not even saying government, I'm saying the families, the bankers, the ones that really run the show, that know about this secret about the Satan's little season, and they're milking it for everything it's worth. I don't know what's going to happen after this. All I know is anything that seems like God's coming down from the skies, or God's talking to you in your head and your belief in your language, or wherever hemisphere you are on the planet, that's Project Bluebeam. That's skull to ear or skull to head technology. And I've known about all this stuff for so long that I might go, damn, this is a great production, but I know it's not real. So it's basically kind of along the lines of the psychological warfare and manipulation of
Oh
history that
yeah.
he did for Tartaria. Did I mention no, I didn't. I think I just mentioned this to my sister today. All right, let me ask you this. Have you ever been to China?
No.
Have you ever seen the Great Wall of China?
I've seen what they want me to see of it.
Oh, wise response you have.
And I have a story about China itself and their forests.
For those that have been there, have taken photos, I want you to go back, watch a video, and look at it. Okay. I want you to look at any point in time where you're pointing out at China, and then you're maybe pointing out on the other direction from the wall. Okay. Now, this wall is, what is it, like 1,200 miles or something insane? It's like the United States and back halfway, something crazy. Okay. I believe it is the Great Wall of Tartarian.
Well, that makes
Not
sense.
China. China founded it. Okay. And
Because
the
that would have
one,
had to have taken so long to do.
yes,
People had already
1,000 years, right? Now, here's the thing though. What's the one animal that's on the Chinese calendar that doesn't really exist? The dragon. Okay.
dragons exist.
Dragon. Why would you put a dragon on a circle with 11 other creatures of the earth that exist? Why would a dragon be a part of your culture? Okay.
There's dinosaurs. There's less
Hold on. We're going to get to that because
evidence.
it leads back to the Smithsonian thing we were talking about earlier, because we got kind of digressed. But
okay.
Stay with me, folks. You'll get. Oh, okay. He's like, I want to hear the story. All right. If you look carefully, and you can even Google and look at images. If you look and if you have a wall on a castle, all right, one side of that wall is going to be taller than the other. The one that's facing out, because you want protection while you're shooting arrows through the slits, right?
Sure.
And then the backside is open, so that you can get in and out, and they can bring you weapons and all that stuff. It goes into the courtyard. If you really pay attention and don't listen to what you're told, and you look at the Great Wall of China, the protection side faces into China. They were keeping something in, not keeping something out. So when Tartaria fell, the Chinese captured the Great Wall and claimed it as their own. But just all you have to do is look at which side of the wall is higher that you would, fire out, protect. While this, jump down the ladder. It's kind of weird. It's like backwards. And you get your supplies and everything. So that's a fun one right there. So dragons were real. They're even, mentioned in the Bible, and the red dragon.
I always go back to the golden child.
Must have the knife.
Yeah, I must have the. But that thing that was behind.
Yeah, that was. I saw that. So I want to DJ.
Yeah,
that was before Tomorrowland.
You're right.
So anyway, let me finish this. So the Smithsonian, with their wisdom of controlling the historical narrative, all right. And by the way, they call it his story, right? Because it's a Satan story. Stop. I'm trying to tell a story. You're talking so much. So
I didn't know you did Pee Wee Herman.
I'm trying to use the phone. Shit, where was I? You are such a distraction. You're like squirrel. Yes. Okay. So when they found what we are known as T-Rex, all right, Tyrannosaurus Rex. Here's a huge dinosaur that they say was the master of the world then. Huge. Tiny little hands. To do what? As a guy, miserable. I would never. That's like having little baby doll arms. It's just not right. And God doesn't do things not right. Okay. So what happened is if you remove those little tiny arms and put what was there, which were wings, you'd find out the T-Rex was a form of dragon.
I believe in dragons. Boom, boom,
yeah,
boom.
I'm doing a book on dragons. I'm pretty excited about it. I'm learning a lot. How ever wonder why they could fly, or how they would fly, and how they would blow fire? There is this cartoon that had all these huge names like James Earl Jones and everything, and it was like in the early 80s, and it was about dragons, and they explain it so eloquently that the reason why they hoard gold and silver and jewels and stuff is because that's their fuel. They eat it and it messes with acids in their stomach and stuff and creates hydrogen, which inflates and allows them to be lighter than air, like a blimp. And they have their wings to guide them. Okay. And then when they want to, where they have too much hydrogen, they blow it out and it catches fire. And that also helps them land too. It's like deflating
the hot air balloon, right?
Yeah, and it's all from grinding these gold and silver and diamonds. And I thought that's a really fun concept. I don't know if it's scientifically proven true, but they made it sound pretty good. And I'm an adult, I'm not a kid. So anything, fairy tales get fun. And the other thing, what I call the earliest form of cancel culture was when they took our history and labeled them lore and legends. So we would be dismissive of mermaids being real. We'd be dismissive of giants being real, even though we saw them all the way up into the 60s and 70s. And now we just have them all over. They're called basketball players. We think they're just tall humans. No, dude, they're Nephilim. So that's why they have all the tribal tattoos.
Yeah, there's a few that I've seen, and I'm like, there's no way. There's no way. They want the missing link. I've found him.
Yes, but on a really quick spinoff, I'll just say I really love female basketball now because Sophie Cunningham and Candace Clark and the team, the Indiana team. Have you seen their stuff? They're like on the news as being not only patriotic, but patriots for, or what's the word I'm not patriot? They're the cheerleader, you might say, for girls' rights in sports, so they don't have to play against men and all that. And girls came to the game with signs saying, "Thank you, Sophie, for protecting us girls," and they were escorted out of the game because they weren't allowed. I was like, "Are you freaking kidding me?" But Sophie actually did this thing to one of the basketball teams that they're playing, who was being a real jerk.
It's not fair. Like, I want to play a game that I can be fair at, you know?
Oh yeah, but they were beating Clark up like left and right. That's why Sophie came in like Clint Eastwood. And here's the thing that people don't know about Sophie Cunningham, other than she's drop dead stunning, gorgeous. She was a Taekwondo black belt by like age 9 or something like that. She was the replacement kicker for her high school football team, which she got to kick on homecoming night, and she won homecoming queen. And she's like the most real sports athlete I've ever seen.
Well, if you can make it, like, if you can put like a fly, for example, that's fair game. You could put an equal. I think that it'd be fair game. Like
there's gonna be a movie or a TV series about the whole thing with Indiana. And
there's some sports you can do that, but there's like ones that are timed, and you have like that advantage. Like, there's no way.
Like
it's
fly,
not fair.
yeah.
Fly would be a good one.
Well,
and
right there. See, those are my 3 books on Amazon. Fly the Rise of Jet Parker.
It's really good.
Fly Dancing with Gravity and Fly Orbital Control, which is really intense.
If you guys haven't seen this, you'll want to go and fly. I still have not yet. I know where one's at, but I want to go. And it's just like,
well, I here's product.
so
Sorry,
cool.
This is a little product placement because the iFly Corporation, the company that has the facilities all over the world, they've partnered with me to co-produce the film. And so just Google iFly, little I, and then capital FLY. All 3 of those are capped. And just find one near you. And I promise you, once you'll do it, you'll get hooked. Floating is there's nothing like it. Yeah. And kids, check this out. Children 3 years old to 103 do this sport competitively. It's just not floating either. It's imagine dancing and ballet and all this stuff all in the air.
Yeah.
It is such a sight to behold. They have their version of the Olympics at the Wind Games in Imperial Brava, Spain. And I got to go to the one in 2020, January. I think it was 17th to the 20th. I was the last flight out of Spain before the world shut down for COVID. I almost got stuck there with no money, no travel partner, and couldn't speak a lick of Spanish. But luckily we got on, and I came back to a very ghost town of a JFK airport because that was a weird time. But I got to experience their Olympics version, and I also got to recruit some of the best of the world. Red Bull sponsored flyers, pilots, jetpack flyers. The story gets pretty intense, and they are 3 of a 23 story universe that I'm creating right now. And so it's becoming its own IP, as the industry people say. I have an IP.
What is an IP like, other than your? Is it just like your footmark?
Shoot! Now you just asked me. Independent.
Your footprint.
It's property. It's Oh God! No, I just now
chew another piece of gum.
Geez,
oh my
I know.
God.
I didn't want to chomp on the microphone. What was I looking up?
If you guys have not seen this is so. But one day he was like, Jim Goodall was on, and he was like on and remembering everything, and I'm like, what are you doing? And it's this gum he's been chewing, and I'm like, no way.
I'm not chewing to be rude. It's a thing I have to do so I can be smart.
It was like I couldn't even believe it. I was like, are you the
This is
same
what
person?
this is what Joe Rogan chews on all day long. This helps him do his shows. What the hell was I looking up? IP. That's IP address. Let's see, IP entertainment. In entertainment. I know it. I'm doubting myself.
Well, let's hear what we can guess it.
Intellectual property. That was the I word. Intellectual property. It's my intellectual property.
Oh, okay.
I guess I need to start remembering that. But anyway, so I'm like hustling that. And then my new show, which I'm in the process of booking some amazing guests and try this new
Who's
thing.
going to
Like
be
I said,
on?
well, I haven't confirmed anybody yet because I just day before yesterday found out I got a film crew, and a sound guy.
Yeah, and you're going to be out, but you're going to be doing it over a fire.
Yeah. So here's the plan.
I get what you need now. Okay.
I'm actually in the city for the next 6 months because I'm getting I look pretty okay when I'm sitting down, but when I stand up I'm all crossed over. My back's all messed up, so I'm getting treatment. So in between
my God,
those,
you're back too.
Yeah, I'm back.
Everybody's home. Back. You're back home. Literally, you're.
Yeah, not on the mountain.
No pun intended.
Yeah. So I'm doing that because I promised my parents I would. I said okay, I'll do it. So I'm doing all this stuff, and in between doctor appointments and whatnot, we're going to try to carve out 3 days a week. And the first couple shows to here, and the shows that I have on the membership site are a few really great shows that I did just to kind of fill the space until I can start adding these shows on. But the goal is once we do the computer Zoom like this StreamYard thing for a couple episodes, then eventually I want to make a deal with Campground of America, KOA campsites, and say, hey, we'll do these shows and it'll be sponsored by KOA campsite in St. Louis, in Texas, in California, in New Mexico, whatever site we're at, right? So that we don't have to worry about covering for the price of living there, for a night or two. We got the campfire, we got the woods, we got all the beauty, and we have the same set, my tent, my chair, my mug, my rucksack and gear, and it's always set up the same way, but in different locations. That way there's that familiarity where the campsite itself is kind of like the 67, Impala in Supernatural. It's like its own little character and it's familiar. All the merch is going to be high-end stuff like flannel shirts, leather bound books and backpacks and, fun stuff to make you feel manly, when you're in the woods. And
what about
sturdy
your
stuff.
Female audience?
Oh yeah, they all look good in flannel shirts.
I'm joking.
They got beanies and baseball caps, and they're all designed. But I'm looking for small town, local American mom and pop shops that want to do a partnership where I just give them the order each week, and then they can make it and then ship it out, and be good like that. So that's the goal with that. And so here, I'll just pull this up and show you now, just so you know.
Have you ever had your belly button pushed on?
Do I need a safe word for this conversation?
Spider might ask a question, and
this is like inquisitive minds want to
know. Yes, that's
hold on. I have not even been. I apologize, everybody. I've just been chatting. Okay. Who asked this?
Oh, Spider Bite. She asked. I saw it, and I'll have to find it here.
I don't know. Did you have to push in your Spider Bite? Oh, there it is. Do you have a friend, or do you tried? Gotta love autocorrect. Having your belly button pushed in. Is that a kinky thing? Is that? It's the only thing I think of.
That feeling is like so cringy.
Well, I can tell you this conversation get really, real quick, but I don't want to because I'm promoting family stuff. Oh God. Okay.
We'll take that as a yes. You've had that done before?
No. That's why I'm
No.
sitting here just going, what? I don't know. I'm a gay kid. I saw where it was going. So no, but if I ever, I mean, I'm definitely not gonna try it myself. That would
No, here,
yeah,
here's
yeah.
instructions. Lay on a hard floor and every belly button pushed in. It's supposed to fix your back. You jump to conclusions. It's
Uh,
supposed to fix your back.
um
She's
no.
from that's our Thunder Down Under. She's from Australia. It might be
Oh,
this might be my back hurts too, so that's what you push in your belly button.
I
Yeah,
need someone else to
see?
do it because whenever I'm hurting, it's like I can't press hard enough because I'll be like, ow, so I need someone else that doesn't feel the pain and they're just like, "Grr," it's necessary. It needs to. Doc, it was for your back. Okay. Well, thank you very much, Amy. I appreciate. Sorry for the, you know, um, I've been. I'll just say I'm not celibate over 15 years. I get my re-virginity card next month. I'm very, very proud that I get to start all over again. So, I moved to this big state, hoping that
Make
maybe
better
I could.
choices this time.
Well, I'm hoping I can import me a woman from here to the mountain. Because not a lot of bacon.
Yeah.
Um, all right, on to Tartaria, Satan. What are we talking about, Satan? All right. So yeah, and that's another thing. Like the Statue of Liberty is technically Lucifer, right? And a lot of people don't know, if you look at the bottom of the Statue of Liberty, her feet are shackled with chain. She's being held down for her period of time. So there's symbolism all over the place. I am working on a book and then
Yeah,
hopefully a
why if
movie.
she's freed is she here shackled? Like,
Well,
isn't that
that was then when it was delivered, which was in the 1700s, 1800s or something like that. It wasn't
I thought they
1900s.
were in there, aren't they? Oh, so she's not shackled anymore?
Well, technically, no. And then you look at the river, not the Nile River. Gosh darn it. Uh, the river over in Egypt that's dried up, and they found caves underneath that look like prison cells that were empty. And in the Bible, it says the four angels would be kept under. I think it's the four angels would be kept under the Euphrates River that's dried up. And if you look at the Euphrates River, where that's happening from space, a satellite image, the river forms the Omega symbol. Because God
There's
is the
so
Omega.
much there's so wasn't Australia supposed to be a place that there was a lot of structures? We have a
Everywhere.
lot of people from Australia in here. Yeah, but I heard there was something very specific about, or maybe it was a person that I was talking to. But I think they have a lot of and they were led to believe that they were the prison of the world, the
Yeah,
global
Europe
world.
supposedly shipped like slaves, a whole bunch of
That's why the
prisoners
good people
to
are down
Australia.
there.
And then
Yeah.
Australia became like the big island prison. And they were like, all right, well, if we're going to be here, might as well start a society. And it just went from there. Hence why Australians are so badass.
I call them the Thunder Down Under for a good reason. I like the people down there.
Yeah, they're pretty cool.
My people.
I shared my now this is the membership
Oh.
page, so you won't see this unless you become a member. And just so you know, I even wrote it here so nobody would misconstrue anything, because I'm putting the website together. I had to put something in its place. So it says the show dates are just placeholders and not actual dates. I will update these when episodes are booked. So as long as we understand that, so you don't see somebody here and you're like, oh my God, that's the date they're gonna. I just snip that in the butt right now. So Emily Harrison with the Akashic Records. I just need to book this, and I have to work with a film team too, because we're going to be doing this differently. It's just not myself. So, and then of course you had Augie on recently.
Mhm.
Dr. Jonathan Reed. We're going to be talking about his
Oh
movie.
no, boo-hoo.
I knew you were going to do that. But
Ah.
and then Richard Doty, if you could help me with that,
Yeah, I
since
can
I
help you with
lost
that.
all my Facebook contacts. My dear
I didn't
old
realize that's what you're doing, but yeah, no, I
Yeah,
can help you with
my dear
that.
old friend Brad Olson. A lot of people don't know this. Brad and I were roommates at one time. As well as
Brad's
Andrew.
a giant too.
Well, but we call them, Nephilim. You're Bigfoot. He's a Bigfoot. But he's awesome. He had a show called Antarctica by Sail, which I produced and directed for him. He basically came back from Antarctica with all of his like home videos. Says, put this together. I was like, okay. It was like 22 episodes. But yes, hopefully get him on. Brooks Agnew, talk about the inner earth, our dear friend Jim Goodall.
Oh, Jim Goodall.
Yep.
Oh, I like
Love
him. I
Jim.
approve of him.
Laura Eisenhower.
Laura. Oh, I like Laura.
And Lieutenant Colonel John Blitch. Of course, Michael Schratt. And then this is a reach. This is a reach. But if I can get in touch with him, I would love to have Terrence Howard on. Because he's inspired a lot of my universe, and I actually want him to produce or be an actor in some of the films.
If I could make that one work, would you take one of those people off of there? What if I could produce two of those people? Can we trade for just one of those
Well,
scoundrels?
I have all these people except for Doty.
Okay.
And Terrence.
Yes.
If you get Terrence, we can talk off air. I know.
I'm not. This is not a bad option.
Friends that don't like other friends,
Nah, gosh.
Yeah.
So I still itch over that one. That was one of the only I think I lost my composure. But
well,
I'll let me see what I can do.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I do have one contact who knows him, Nia Peebles, but she's one of my big celebrity friends. So I try not to harass her or bother her with anything.
Well,
I mean, but she's actually just so you know, the reason why we talked is because Nia and we met at a producer's party at a film festival in California, and I know a lot of celebs, so I don't get stage struck or starstruck, right? I'm just like, okay, cool, whatever. I walked with the film festival director, Steve Savage, and we were walking towards this kitchen. I was like, telling him, thanks for inviting me, I'm having a great time. And we stop at the kitchen, and there in the corner, trapped with a drink, with Alan Levy, who directed Knight Rider, CSI, Magnum PI, Love Boat. I mean, all these great shows I grew up on, right? And then Steve Savage on my right, and then right in front of me, cornered in this little corner of the kitchen with a drink, is Nia Peebles. I cannot look at her. She is so unbelievably gorgeous at 60 something, right?
You like the Cougars.
Walker, Texas Ranger. Did you ever watch it? Oh, did you ever see the TV show or the movie Fame?
I'll look her up and see. I gotta see.
You'll reckon. Anyway, she was on Walker, Texas Ranger with Chuck Norris for forever, and she's amazing. So I froze up, and I'm looking at Alan Levy. I'm looking at Steve Savage, and after like 20 seconds, she leans forward. She goes, "Hi, I'm Nia Peebles, and you are?" I'm like, "Hi, I'm Doc. I was at a producer director party, and so I didn't want to get my friends in trouble. And so I was like, I'm a producer director." And she goes, "Oh, really?
So you lied?"
Oh, dude, I was like so bubbly, Planet Nine, Cloud Nine. I was still just thinking about it. And she goes, "So so you're a producer, you're working on things?" And without thinking, like a dumbass high school kid who started puberty, I'm like, "Oh yeah, this movie, I think you'd be great in it." And she was like, "Really, what's it about?" And in my head, the brakes just screech. And it's like time froze. And I had this conversation with myself. The hell are we gonna tell her? You don't have anything. You just
self. Did you hear me? What are we gonna tell her? Yeah,
you're writing your friend's coattails at this party. What the hell are you doing?
And all of a sudden, earlier that day, while I was waiting for everybody to get ready to go to the event, I was just watching YouTube videos, and I saw this video by the Mad Ravens, MADD Ravens. Look them up; they're amazing. 4-man team in a wind chamber, and they look like 4 guys in a blender. They're just, and none of them are hitting each other, and it's beautiful. And I just remember thinking, "Oh, that's cool." And then went to the next video. Well, when she said, "What are you working on?" immediately it went to that. And I looked into her eyes really straight faced. I was like, "You ever wanted to fly?" She goes, "On what?" I was like, no, like really fly. And she goes, "Yeah." So I start making this story up right there on the spot. And after like 10 minutes, I got Alan Levy, this legendary director, and Steve Savage is another legendary director, producer, and film festival guy. And they're just like, "Wow, this is." And all of a sudden I said, well, I knew in my head, I mean, the whole time actually, I'm yelling, stop, there's no more. And I just kept going and going and going. Finally, I said, I think I said too much. I don't want to give anything away. I'm still kind of working on it. And Steve Savage, this is Magnum PI, Simon, and all those great shows. He's like, that's great American wholesome entertainment. We need this kind of movie again, Doc. You need to make this film. And I'm like, shit, And then Steve Savage says, yeah,
no problem.
You should definitely do this. And then Nia leans forward and she goes, and it's funny. I've told her this story so many times. She's like, "It's so cute." I lean forward, she leans forward to me and she goes, "Hey, can I give you my number? I'm kind of interested."
Oh.
I had to hand her my phone. I was like, you do it. I can't. My hands. I was shaking. I think she thought it was cute, but she gave me her number. Then I get in the car with everybody. We leave, and all I could think of. Dude, it's like, I'm telling you, I'm getting my re-virginity card. So I have that pent up high school, like, oh my God, somebody likes me. And so I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to call her. Oh my God, this is going to happen. And then I'm like,
oh my God, this is so
and then it hit
painful.
Me. I said, I don't have a movie to offer her though. So I went home and I just dove into YouTube videos, Red Bull videos of everything about this sport. Learning who the players of the game were and the events and everything. And then I wrote the story like in a few days. It just clawed its way out of me. And then I got a hold of Leonid Volkov, 3-time world champion. And never call. Did you know there's 12 time zones in Russia? Never call a Russian at 3 a.m. when they're asleep. It's not good. But I did it. And we ended up becoming friends. And he's like, "You need to come to Spain and really feel it." So I did. I took a big leap, got a ticket, went overseas for the first time by myself, don't speak Spanish, and had the time of my life. And what I saw there was something you don't see in sports. At least I've never seen it. I'm not saying it doesn't exist, but every team, every flyer, okay, whether they're on a team or solo, everybody cheers everybody else on, even if you're competing against each other. They joke because they train together, they travel together, they compete against each other. It's like wrestlers, they may have their competitiveness on, in the ring, but backstage they're buddies.
Oh yeah.
This is that derby without the whole, "Oh, I'm going to rip your head off." It's like they're just loving all the time. And I felt that the world really, this was also when COVID happened. Like I said, I almost got stuck there.
Would what's her name have been there too?
Who? Nia?
The lady.
Nia?
Is that her name, Nia?
Are you talking about Nia Peebles, the one from the party, or are you talking about the lead character for Skylar?
Oh, I thought you were still stuck. I'm wondering who you would have been stuck with if you were in Europe.
Nobody, because everybody I knew and I had met that weekend had all flown off or driven off to their countries.
Oh, so yes.
The event was over.
You wouldn't have had any fancy menage a trois with Nia, Leah, or whatever.
Yeah, no, that's France, but that's next door. It was blocked off. So if I had that whimsical need to just disappear and find me a red district, which is actually not in Paris, it's actually in Amsterdam, which is a lot further north.
You seem to know the area.
This trip is getting expensive, Coley. It's getting expensive.
Stay on track. Okay, so you're in. 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 You're in.
Are you asking me the Illuminati question? Am I in? And then
No.
the judge knows that
Well,
what we're doing?
I forgot what country we were in or we were out of that you
Oh,
almost
just
got stuck
Spain.
in.
We're
We're
just
just
talking about
going
Spain.
back to the States now.
Okay, we're
right?
back in the States.
Okay.
All right, now we're back in the States. And we're talking about Tartarian, Satan's little season. Ask me some questions. Maybe that'll spur some stuff.
You just told me we were talking about giants.
Yes.
We were talking about the Statue of Liberty, how she's chained. We were talking about history. We were talking about structures. I asked about Australian structures. Somebody in chat thought about English structures.
Did I talk about
dragons?
I had a huge conversation with my sister before we did this show, so I'm like having, you know.
Do I look like your sister too? It's
No.
This
Just my
and her
mother.
mom glasses.
Yeah. But it's like, did when you're making a bunch of calls, you keep asking the same question. You're like, did I already ask this person that?
You do this all the
Cathedrals.
time.
Have you ever been to a cathedral?
Cathedrals. No.
Have you seen one? Like,
Oh
pictures
yeah, I
on-
went to Catholic school. I thought you said, do we talk about it? I said, no, we haven't talked about it yet.
Do you know that no cathedral, from the early days, the ancient days, the medieval times, whatever, none of them had bathrooms or a kitchen. All those were added later when they created churches, because those cathedrals, and let me tell you, this is how smart people were in Tartaria back then, because they all had knowledge. There was nothing that was held back from anybody. Everybody, it was like everybody knew everything. And so everybody lived a great life until Satan was let out of his cage for his 1,000 years. Sorry. Oh,
Is that where we stop?
this is what it's like being a senior. Crap.
Chew another piece of gum. You were like,
I know. Solar
how many
flares.
can you chew at once? Oh, solar flares. Okay.
That's what it is. It's all. This is solar flares right now. This is what's happening.
Are solar flares happening right now?
No, but it sounds really good for an excuse.
Well, I'm only asking because it's on a map I'm looking at that I'm trying to decode. So when you said solar flares, I was like, oh, it's on the map. So it's
Well, those are happening. They're going to have a lot more because of Planet X, which is now near the sun, but it's like hidden. Only you can see it for a brief moment where it's two suns and stuff. But
2
folks,
moons, 3 moons.
Let me just say this:
suns.
this whole disclosure. Now I'm getting real. There's other stuff in this gum, so I'm trying to feel really good.
I was only joking about eating the gum. That's what I wanted to know what was in the gum.
All right, I'll tell you.
What's making you feel good? The gummies gum.
Where's the other ingredients? Damn it. Suborbital gum base. Sounds like a special gummy. Natural flavors, calcium, stearate. All these stupid Latin words. There's a blue collar flakes in there, whatever that is. That's probably not good for you. Circulopopus, monk fruit extract. There's monk fruit. I didn't know monks had fruit. Yeah, that ain't gonna be said because I don't know how to say that. So yeah, all healthy stuff, perfect stuff that you would not find in a lab. And I feel great.
You'll need a good detox after you're done. Maybe I don't know. They work so well. Maybe you got a different brand this time or something.
I don't know. This is Joe Rogan, and he pushes it, so it's got to be good because it's on the internet and TikTok.
And TikTok, yeah. You got to have the TikTok shop.
Yes. Anyway,
so cathedrals.
Right. So the cathedrals. All right. Back to class, kids. The cathedrals were designed I mean, if you look at a cathedral, they completely stand alone compared to other buildings that you see around the world, right? And that's because they were designed by, some people say, angels, because there's no record of the constructions or who did it. The buildings themselves look like they were formed out of stone, um, with all the statues and little pointy things and all that. All that is scientifically, mathematically calculated to create a harmonic resonance. All right. Now, if you look at any cathedral that has the big stained glass flower window on the front over the big doors, that wasn't originally a stained glass. There wasn't glass in any of those spots. Those were open. And that was for frequencies. People were so smart back during the Tartarian. Did you hear the Hounds of Baskerville in the back? Just ignore them. But they, hush, I'm trying to make myself like famous here. Stop. Squirrel. Damn it, what was I saying? I need like a nurse on
Because
standby.
of frequency, they did not
Yes,
have
yes.
glass
So
ceiling.
people were so freaking smart during the Tartarian Empire, okay, the year of thousand reign years of peace and all that. They were able to look at the symbol because no two cathedral windows are the same. And that is because the design of that cathedral window is the visual interpretation of the psionic pattern of the harmonic resonance of that building. So people could look, and it was like a billboard to them. No, it didn't have words. It was symbolic. They knew that symbol or that harmonic frequency pattern meant that this building could cure cancer. This could, heal Alzheimer's
Oh.
disease. It could heal this. It could heal that, depression. And what you would do as a village, townsperson or whatever, you go there and you lay on the marble floors, looking up at the ceiling. Hence, why they put paintings on the ceilings. So you were entertained while the organs are playing and resonating through the building and all the different shapes and all that. And why, the bells are ringing, it's vibrating frequencies and stuff. Just like when you're being healed with tuning forks and bells. I mean, it's same thing.
Yeah, but it's in a cathedral, so it's like amplified and
It was their
that makes
spiritual
sense.
rave back in the day.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And so then when churches came to be, and they're like, how can we control the masses? Oh, with religion. They added pulpits and chairs and all that stuff, in these big rooms. So there you go. There's that. I mean, I could go
Collection dishes. Yeah.
oh yeah. How can we make a few shekels
Yeah.
while we do this?
Indulgences to get to heaven. I mean, they used that definitely used that part of it. It was definitely used.
Yeah. So it's a lot of psychological warfare. And
Mhm.
here's the thing. When George Lucas, okay, you know about remote viewing, correct?
Mhm.
Okay. So the one of the institutes out of North or South Carolina, the Farside Institute, they went into the mind of George Lucas while he was writing Star Wars. Okay. And what they discovered that, and he this was subconscious. He was not aware. He just thought he had a great imagination.
Oh yeah.
Star Wars is the memories of once was on our planet. And if you look at all the buildings when you have like Princess Adalma and stuff with her big headdresses every other scene, right? The one with all the big look like clown things and stuff that came up. If you take that and you look at the Queen of Tartaria, that's her outfit. Queen of Tartaria wore. And she looks oriental too. And George knew this. And so he was writing all the memories. So when you see like Princess Adalma and her beautiful buildings and towers in the cities and stuff, that's Tartarian architecture, just like you see in all the J.R.R. Tolkien movies and in the books and stuff. That's Tartarian architecture that was left behind or founded. So, yeah, there's that. And then, of course, the orphan trains, the mud flood, the World War I, II, and III. You have to understand, it wasn't about just politics. It was how can we annihilate the history, which was getting rid of all the buildings and the monuments and everything. And how can we do it without the people that are around still freaking out, going, you're erasing our history? You cause a world war. All's fair in love and war. Oh, yes. So you get rid of it all. Why do you think Hal Burton is so about let's go in and rebuild? Just like during the Gulf War, we went in there and for the weapons of mass destruction, which we all know was a bunch of BS. The weapon of mass destruction was Saddam Hussein, who had possessed an actual Stargate in one of their temples. It's like called the Stairway to Heaven. And you see the military go in and ransack this, as well as museums, to discover the clues, like National Treasure movie, where they were going in, they were ransacking these museums and finding all this stuff. And the locals, or the bad guys, as we would call them, whatever they were, the Taliban, they were seen going in there, destroying all these artifacts in museums. And CNN was like, oh, how terrible is this? They were doing it so we wouldn't find the clues to lead us to heaven's staircase, where this Stargate was, which we took. And they also took all of his gold too, in big semi trucks. George Clooney did a movie about that, where the soldiers, true story and all that. World's crazy, and it's all manipulated.
It definitely is.
The only time something's not being manipulated, when you have a truly sincere human being across the room from you, or next to you, that's working with you, talking with you, they're just being human. But when it comes to people that are in charge of the mass population at scale, they don't give a rat's ass. You are a number. They don't know you from Adam. But if it was like a fish out of water, they met you and you went camping for a week and you saved their life, yeah, they might change their ideas, but in the end, they just don't really care. It's all about themselves, and they're working. They don't see the big picture. They don't see the long game. They're like instant gratification. Now, sign my soul over, all this stuff. Let's just do it. I want to, like the guy in the Matrix. He says, I want you to put me back in the Matrix. He goes, I know this isn't a mistake, but I want to believe it's a stake, and I want to be someone famous and rich and powerful. People in general do not have backbone. They can't stick with their guns. And people like us that do, we struggle because shit never works out for us, because the powers that be.
Well,
like
when you've been tagged at birth, I mean, when you're a gay kid, people don't realize this is what your life. This is your life.
Yeah, my mom is just now starting to grasp the crap that has happened to me throughout my life. And I guess she just got the impression that I'm just an entertainer and I make all this stuff up. And with the whole thing Fauci yesterday, she was like, you were right. You're right about it all. And I just looked at her and I said, I'm sorry, Mom, you took those shots, And so I'm just trying to spend as much time with her as I can. Yeah. Were there questions by anybody?
Well, other than fixing your back and pushing your belly button down, like that was so hilarious. Because I myself, I didn't even know that was.
I just heard a bass slap.
Yeah, but isn't it when you push your belly button? Like I guess I was told that you were. I don't remember.
That's for a different activity than fixing.
I don't think so. I've never heard
that. I know that I do know.
Oh gosh,
but not to where you push your belly button and it pops your vertebrae. That's a new one to me. So
it sounds like it'd be on the S&M list.
Do we really need a safe word to continue this? Yeah.
I-
Let's see. Well, yeah, follow me on Doc Skinner. I'm on TikTok. It's called Doc Skinner or Papa Doc Shop. Some reason I was trying to do a shop on there. Didn't know I changed the name. And it's just what there. So yeah, that there it is.
yeah, I
Where it is.
ran into your TikTok. You're doing
Well,
side by
I hope
sides,
you're okay.
actually.
Did you have any bruises or anything?
just
Because my
just
mother,
my
who looks like you,
ego.
ran
Yeah,
into a concrete wall
if
about
you
3
guys
weeks
don't
ago.
know, yeah, Doc Skinner's mom and I look a lot alike with our glasses on. Do you have a picture? That was funny. Oh my
No,
god.
yeah. My stepdad, I was like, "Who do you think this is?" He goes, "Where did you get that picture of your mother? It looks so good. It's like 4K." I'm like, that's not when she was in college. That's my friend Coley.
When you showed that picture that day, I was like, "Oh my god, you got to get her on here one of these times."
We would, but she looks like a raccoon with 2 black eyes from the airbags didn't deploy, and she went into a concrete wall in a highway in
Oh no.
Ranger, Texas, middle of nowhere. And not saying Ranger, Texas is nowhere, people. It's just from where I'm at, it's way out in the boonies. And 2 amazing people stayed behind, and she had all my dogs. She had 9 of my dogs, and they were all in the back seat. Luckily,
She
everything else.
always supports your stuff. I always see her
Oh yeah,
writing stuff. I'm like, "That's cool."
yeah, no, she's great. Um, but we're just glad she's okay.
Yeah.
There's a lot of swelling's gone down and whatnot. But anywho, um, so we've got this location and we're gonna shoot probably the first 4 episodes there, and they'll probably be um Zoom or StreamYard call shows, but it'll be outdoors. And then eventually, like I said, hopefully after a month or so, if I can work a deal with KOA Campsite, if anybody works with them and can hook us up, we would like to
To
be able
where?
to Campground of America, KOA Campsites,
Oh, okay.
and do a partnership where they could be like our Mutual of Omaha sponsor kind of thing. That's a Marlin Perkins Wild Kingdom reference for you youngins out there. Don't even Google; it's not worth it. Probably not even on Google. It's so old. Just be patient. I'm from the
Just get
1900s,
out your Encyclopedia Britannicas and look it up.
but and those are a lot. There was a lot of them, and they kept getting bigger every year because, like, I already bought it, but you don't have the new year. Like,
Yeah, you only have 79, you need 80, 81. I mean, I don't know
I don't even have my yearbook. Why do I
Yeah.
need all these encyclopedias? And then the Google came, and the
Cram
Google
them all into
changed
one.
everything. Yeah. So hold on, my AI camera's being a real Willy Wonka here. Let me lock it. There, now it won't move. Do you have an encounter experience you would like to share? I have, and we put it on the like last 2 or 3 shows. So you'll have to subscribe and hit that notification bell and check out the episode on Coley's website. Um and of course, God, Coley, you're like spreading yourself kind of thin, aren't you? You're everywhere. Shit.
What are you talking
Um,
about?
what are you not on? Amy's like really bragging about you right now. She's showing like all of your websites and
Oh,
platforms.
Amy links us up. Isn't she awesome?
Did
Yeah,
it? She's linking your link up.
yeah, links us up. Okay, yeah, I'm Coley UFO. Beam me up. Maya Starfire lights it up. Jay Austin breaks it down because he does like detail, and Amy Allo links us up.
I'm just trying to do my own website, and that's enough. I mean, one channel. I tried to do Facebook and TikTok. Now I'm going to show clips like you do on YouTube and TikTok. I'm going to just show clips. Hopefully that'll direct traffic to my page. And here's the thing about the show. I did the Art Bell kind of show for almost a decade, and then everybody got a web camera and a YouTube channel, and a lot of people were just regurgitating and stuff. And by the way, girl, you are just skipping up the ladder. I mean, pulling in people that wouldn't look at me twice. And I'm like, how did she get? Oh, she batted her eyes. I bet those beautiful green alien eyes are tonight. Which I just, yeah.
What
Has anybody
are you
noticed
talking about?
they are green? Aren't your eyes green?
I don't know. You
She's like,
said they looked
well,
like
they're gray.
in
They're,
like yeah. Now they probably really do.
I don't know.
Are
They're
they
just,
creepy?
Yeah, no, not spooky at all. It's just I mean,
How about if I look?
Maybelline ain't got shit on you. But anyway, so single season, Mudflood explained that, or gave the theory on it. The show. So we're not going to be doing the same questions. We're not going to ever ask, are we alone? We know we're not alone. We've never been alone. And we're not going to pussyfoot around those questions anymore and ask, are we this? Is this real? No, it is. If you don't realize it, well, then don't watch my show. Go back to Ancient Aliens or whatever. Because what
She and
I'm
Mike
getting
Bear
into.
on.
Oh yeah, I'll get Mike. He's on the list to call. Like I said, it's not just me where I can just drop everything and jump on a podcast. I got like a film crew and locations that are far away, and having to do the call in one session and then mix that in with the live session. But it's going beyond the boundaries and the barriers, which I don't know if you people out there noticed that it's very Groundhog Day out there with all this information. We seem to hear the same repetitive talking points, same repetitive lectures, commentating. It's like over and over again because everybody shares. So someone may not see something for a long, long time, and then they see it like, oh, this is brand new, and they put it out, and we know how that works. But it gets out there, and then people see it again. It's it is a refresher of the video, but I just feel like there's this boundary, kind of like, I'm not a flat earther. I'm not saying it's flat, but how they say you have the wall around it. I feel like truth is that way. And there's this wall, and we can't ask questions past a point. So on Vestige, and here, I'll just pull this up real quick. So I can, people like, that's a pretty interesting word, vestige, or vestige. And it's Vestige. And the reason why I chose this name is because a vestige is a trace, mark, or sign of something that is passing or has disappeared. So the key meanings include a remaining hint of a lost thing, a tiny amount, or a body part that no longer has a clear use. Okay, I didn't know about that part. But
The belly button.
yeah, there's no belly button. That's our safe word today, belly button. So it's not sitting there going, oh, we saw sightings and all this. We're going after the remnants of evidence. So that opens us up to the original cancel culture, which I call legends and lore, which back then titling or labeling them legends and lore was, I believe, the first cancel culture. So that we'd be dismissive of unicorns and dragons and giants and imps and fairies and, everything else in between. And I don't want to sit here and ask questions that, like, were they real? It just sounds condescending to the audience. I think audience members are starting to realize that so much more is true than what we've been told. And I think people are becoming more accepting of it. Yes, there are a lot of gullible people out there that will run with stuff. The Chicken Little, the sky is falling, the sky is falling. Like people will do during Project Bluebeam when they're like, I see Allah, I see Jesus, I see Buddha in the clouds. It's the real thing. I hear him in my head. It's real. And they're going to be sold on it. And I think we have witnessed how society reacts to things like that with, the pandemic and the plandemic and the epidemics and all these other crap things that they keep unleashing on us to constantly keep us in survival mode and on edge. And that does something with people psychologically too. I think that's also what keeps us subdued, because it's just bad all the time. I've actually really enjoyed not having Facebook since it got deleted, and then I came back, and then a week later it was suspended. I'm like, I don't need that.
Can you use your mom's? Because I can put you into contact with Dodie easy that way. Or I'll have to ask him for his number. Can you use your mom's? Like maybe just I'd be able to do it within seconds.
my she would hijack the situation, and then she'd be like sharing recipes and shit with him. And then by the time I get to it, he'd be like, "Your mom, man, I used to
He's
do some crazy
married.
shit." No, I'm just saying he did some shady shit, but he's gonna be like, no, we chatted for like 2 or 3 days, and then I got suspended, and we were talking about
Yeah.
doing it.
Oh.
God, stop.
Ah.
Oh yeah, it must be Friday night, Coley,
I
right? It must be Friday
can't.
night. So, okay, how do we get out of that one? So anyway, yeah, lots of people. I mean, like I said, Terrence Howard, man, if anybody can get me in contact with him, because I am doing this one story / script, and I would be awesome to have him be a part of it. So, what else? Like I said, I'm not an expert in Satan's Little Season. There are plenty of people out there who've written books on it. You can do the research yourself. But if you've never heard about it, weren't aware of it, then I did my job. I shed
Yeah,
light
no,
on
I would love to do
another thing.
more of this. Yeah, definitely. And when does your show officially kick off and start?
Well, I'm hoping in maybe the next week or so. It's like I said, it's getting my buddy with the camera gear, and then finding out. I have my first doctor's appointment next Friday, so I have a week there. So we may do it next week, and we would like to go to this location and film 4 episodes, so we can knock a bunch of birds with one stone kind of thing. I'm really excited about it. It's going to be clean. It's going to be scripted. It's teleprompter, except during the interviews. The interviews are willy nilly. Whatever happens. But to give it that credence of professionalism, like Ancient Aliens and all these other shows, good lighting and camera and lavalier mics, no headphones and all this. So
I
it's
like my
step up.
headphones.
No,
If I ever
no.
came on, could I wear them?
Oh yeah, no. People on the other side can, but I'm trying to create this image. Like here, I'll show you. So go ahead here. Oh, let me share it. Sorry, President share.
Better, like you get the
Whoop.
surround sound. They're like
Oh.
really comfy.
Where it is? There we go. So like this is the welcome page. So this is the vibe I'm going for. Instead of being interviewed like we're doing and stuff, it's more like sit down, have some
Oh, he
coffee.
wants you to put your guard down, like he's sitting across, just having a casual cup of coffee.
like Sean Ryan does, in his studio, or Joe Rogan. It's a safe space. We're not going to judge. We're not going to come out of left field and sideswipe you with something. It's just, hey man,
We're
people
just gonna casually do
hang
it.
out at a campfire, have some coffee, maybe some rum involved, and talk about stuff that people are afraid to talk about, not worrying about censors. That's the biggest thing. I'm not going to be broadcasting or streaming live or anything like that. It's pre-recorded, and it's going to be put up on my site. People want to watch the whole episode, they get the subscription, $5 a month or $50 for the year. And also have a whole bunch of other stuff in there, short films, videos, special events, things like that. My calendar for my book signing, just a big umbrella website. And then if people want to copy and put segments out there and help promote, that's the best promotion out there, is word of mouth.
Yes.
So, but yeah, so that's the vibe I'm looking for. Americana, Patriot. What's the word I'm looking for? Not rowdy. Not rowdy. What's the word I'm looking for? Rugged. And each time we go to a new KOA campsite, a lot of them have sites like this, like with mountains and streams in the background. So it's also showing people it's like a travel show at the same time.
Yeah.
So if we could take 3 days out of the week for travel and film time, and then the other time I'm doing doctors and he's doing his work and I'm, doing, or he's doing editing or I'm editing or whatever, that gives us the rest of the week. And we knock out 4 episodes and then schedule them out. And that gives us more time that, for example, Arizona, you'd be blown away at how many people in ufology are in Arizona. Jim Goodall,
Oh my God,
John
everybody's in
D'Souza, Travis
Arizona.
Walton,
Yeah.
then you got
Even Michael Horn is in Arizona.
right. And so what I would do is I'd go to Arizona. We get a cabin, not a cabin, but a campsite at a KOA campsite that's near some of the majority of those people. It's them. They're mostly down in the valley. I can't say where, but they're down in the valley. And so, set it up and then have each of them come for a day or half a day, do our campsite thing, and then edit all together. Then once that's perfect, then we air it or present it on my site. So it's really me just finally saying enough is enough. Screw you, Zuckerberg. I hope you rot in hell. You along with the whole pandemic and everything ruined my life and many other people's lives. And so finally, enough is enough. I got my books. I got something I can get out there and peddle, at events or whatever. And I'm taking control. No more being under the big brother eye of YouTube and Facebook and TikTok telling me, I violate guidelines, but they don't tell you what you violated. It's such bullshit. And that
Gone
was the whole
against our
thing with-
community standards.
fucking screw your community standards. I'm so sick of their crap. I mean, the whole thing was back when COVID first started in 2020, and I saw through it. And I started I was doing my show already, but I mean, going on there and voicing my opinion and everything, which now we come to find is all true. I challenged Zuckerberg. This is 3 years before Elon, by the way. I challenged Zuckerberg on my show live during live stream that I wanted, and he hadn't been working out. He wasn't training yet. And he was scrawny as shit. And I got my bad back. I was like, I got a bad back. You, me, cage match to whoever gets knocked out first. If I lose, I leave Facebook forever, wipe my hands clean of it. I win, you get rid of all your fact checkers immediately. 5 minutes later, my show was shut off in the middle of the show. The show was deleted off the thing. And I was shadow banned from that point on, demonetized, could never make any money. So I broadcast for not 8-9 years, almost 10, and never received a penny from YouTube or Facebook.
We had Zach Voorhees on, who blew the whistle on AI and all of that stuff in 2019. It talks about, AI had a hold of it already then, transcript and all. You're probably yanked right at that moment.
Yeah. And so, there's a lack of love there. Let's see here. Oh, Mercantile Store. Let's see. My books. I also have my audiobook. I'm working on part 2 and 3 of Fly, which is Dancing with Gravity and Fly Orbital Control. It sounds really good. It sounds like the woman who narrated the show Desperate Housewives. And I was very impressed with it. So I've got to finish part 2 and 3, get those out. And then I'm working on my next series of books and / movies. And hopefully within a couple of years, I'll have all 23 movies / TV series. One of them is a TV series. And comic books, graphic novels. I also got toys, action figures, play sets for Fly. I'm following. Do I have the book with me? No, it's not here. I got a book of 1,000 Star Wars merchandise items, and I'm using it like a vision board. I'm like, oh, okay, I'm gonna make that. I'm gonna make this. I'm gonna do that. So thank you, George Lucas, for giving me that cheater's book.
Oh yeah, Carl Sup, you're right. He lives out in Arizona too. He's you have Bigfoot things. You should connect with him.
Yeah, actually,
he does UFO stuff too.
Cool. I had 3 huge. I think I showed them on your show. 3 huge. Big feet.
Yeah,
and they were in the back of the trailer. The wreck. One survived. The other 2 were split in half. Yeah. I
Oh
was
gosh.
and I was gonna if I saw you, I was gonna let you have one. And you probably if I ever see you, you can have this other one. But the one I liked a lot that had like the toenails in it.
Yeah, I
That
know.
that's the one that's split in half right down the middle.
That would be
So
awesome. I'll take it.
yeah. So if we ever do that, I'll pass that along to you. It was gifted to me for somebody who passed away. But after this, I want it somewhere safe. I'm worried I'll break the last one and then I'll be out with some big feet. So,
Oh god.
okay.
And I
What
would
else?
haunt somebody over that. I would haunt them for that.
Where is so I even got a donation thing here. Leave a note. Oh, account. Here we go. Go in the account. And then when you come to the account, it opens up a page and store. Quiet. Enough. So this is the quality of gear that I'm going to be having as merch. So jackets, caps, rugged, durable merchandise. Not something that's going to fade away after a short period of time.
It's like a Cabela's meets.
Yes, bass wear or bass shop. More like Boot Barn or Cavender's, like clothes you pass down to your your kin and stuff. Really, really good sturdy stuff. And
We're
and
not
then
just going to sell it to this generation. This is for generations to come.
all right. So this is in the member page. Movie, a little film I shot with the Cousins brothers from Third Phase of Moon. But here you have these are films, interviews that I've done. Stop eating each other, or I will take you to a Vietnamese restaurant. Sorry. Videos, commercials I've done, trailers for films I've been in, interviews like Jeff Mudgett, who's a great grandson of Jack the Ripper. My film Confessional. This film right
Ooh.
here, JFK Jr. faked his death. I put on YouTube and it was deleted and removed in under 5 minutes of upload. And I was like, oh, I hit a nerve because somebody didn't want this out. So the only way you can see it is through my site. And but these are just a couple like 20 Year Back with Tony Rodriguez, the War King of Ghana, King Ni, and he was cool. He actually
should have
came.
James Gillian on.
Oh yeah, I would love to. There's a lot that I would love, but I just want them to know when my guests come on, I don't want them to have the same interview that they have on every other show with the same fall to answers or go to answers that they already have answered multiple. So I've already got all of the questions written out for all of these guests that I haven't even booked yet, like 20 to 40 amazing questions that will really make them go, oh my God, no one's ever asked me that before. That's
Give us one question.
Hold on, I gotta pull up the folder for all that stuff. Let me do that. Just take 1 second.
I have to know.
Yeah. No, I get it. Guess questions here. All right. So I got, I'm just going to read off the list and then you pick one. All right.
Okay.
I got Augie, Brad Olson, Brooks Agnew. We'll skip that one. Emily Harrison, John Blitch, Laura Eisenhower, Michael Schreck,
no. Skip
Mike
the one.
Barra, Noria Haokawa.
What would you ask Mike Barra?
Richard Doty. What?
Would you ask Mike Barra? I say Iowa. I get the bar.
All right.
Barra.
Pull that open now.
I know what I would ask him.
All right. We'll just say, yeah.
Hopefully he's not watching. He just texted me a little bit ago about something.
Oh, he's watching you.
We're just joking.
No, he knows we love him. I love Mike. All right, here we go. Open this up. All right. And the other thing is I'm going to be sending these questions to my guests so that they don't feel sideswiped, so they can take the time.
Oh, no. You got to keep the questions before they get, because then they can script them.
Well, that's how all those shows, Ancient Aliens and are. None of those are, they have to repeat.
Well,
the
you got to
same.
keep some of them so they're.
Yeah. All right. If extensive artificial structures once existed on the moon, do you believe that they were built by visitors from another star system, an earlier human civilization, inhabitants indigenous to the moon, or several civilizations occupying it at different times? Who asked a question like that? Huh? I don't think so. Let's see.
What would you ask Jonathan Reed? I know. I got one.
Be nice. Be nice.
I know.
Um,
I got one. Did you
all right.
know the inside of that facility because you were actually a patient there? Is that why you cannot digest or even say one clinical term or anything, express anything in any sort of clinical terms? If you ask that,
Well, that I haven't even opened the folder yet.
I'm
Yeah, my thing is that I'm not one to it. I try not to attack anybody.
not son attacking anyone.
Except for
I just
fucking
want to
Andrew
know.
Bashago, he can kiss my ass. No, no, he burned me pretty good. But I've never talked about it, and I won't talk about it.
Was it when
Yeah.
you put the alien and was going to dissect the
No,
eyelid or
no,
put
no,
it
no,
next
no,
to the
no.
peas and carrots?
No. Bashago. Jump rooms. Went back to Lincoln.
I
Signing the
thought you
yeah.
were
No,
I thought
I
you were
jumped.
talking.
I jumped.
Oh,
I haven't said anything in so many years. I mean, he was my freaking roommate, and the way he burned me on another show, I've had bad taste in my mouth ever since. And like, are you gonna have him on your show? Are you gonna have him at your this and that Disclosure Con? I'm like, no, he was supposed to be at the first Disclosure Con. I made Disclosure Con for him and Travis Walton, and he didn't show up. So,
oh yeah.
yeah. Richard Doty. Let's see here. I'm just kind of scanning. All right. Question 13. MJ12 may be a genuine organization, a fabricated organization, or a fictional label placed over a different operation. Which of these possibilities comes closest to the truth, and what makes you say that?
Doty?
Yeah, it's for Doty.
Oh, you know what? I can tell you at Fastline, Tom Whitmore did a bunch and he even moved out to DC. He had to find if Doty crossed over at a certain point. I can't remember if he eliminated Doty from MJ12 or not.
I don't know. But, like when I had Travis on, I never talked to him about his abduction. Never, not once. It was, what kind of music you play? What kind of cars you like working on? Stuff that people wouldn't ask. And that's what I like about Sean Ryan and Joe Rogan is they can shoot the shit, but still get the questions asked. And everybody feels comfortable and having a great time doing it. And so that's what I want to do. And once I can get it to where my guests are always at the campfire with me, that's going to just be an awesome time. Awesome time.
Are you saying that I do that? That I ask the same questions in the cookie cutter?
No, I'm saying everybody does that.
So I
Everybody.
do this?
And that's the honesty. We all we share guests. We create
But
the
I
guest
don't
circuit.
ask. You can't say that I ask your typical like
No.
question.
Yeah. No. I'm not saying you're like, are we alone? Do aliens exist? It's those nimrods I'm talking about, not the ones of us that are like gay kids and research. We know what we're talking about. It's the ones that are just asking the kindergarten remedial questions. It's like Groundhog Day.
I'm only messing with you. With you.
But anyway, so that's the site. If anybody wants to go, docskinner.com. I'm gonna shut that off real quick. And what else?
I'm gonna think of questions next time you come on, like really good ones. Since my questions are
no, the thing is, here's the thing. I do it too, and that's why I'm trying to change my format, because I get stuck, and you witness it, where I'm like, what was it talking about? What was the discussion? Because we're flying off the seat of our pants. If there's some form of structure, and keep control of the situation so that certain guests don't sit there and babble on about, left field and it's like way off topic. Like I do, at occasion. This way there'll be structure. Now, when I'm asking questions, it's whatever they say. I'm not going to ask them to script it. But I think sometimes the best answers are ones that people have had time to ponder on that question. When they're being asked on the spot, sometimes you'll get an answer, but it's not as fulfilling or meat and potato of an answer as you would get if they knew advance.
Such as, have you pushed down on your belly button?
Right. Exactly. Things like, important things that the world wants to know. And so, yeah, it'll be different. And I want people to, especially when we're at the campfire, I don't want them to feel it's an interview. I want them to think, hey, I'm hanging out with my friend Doc at the campfire at the lake or by the mountains or by the stream or whatever. And we're cooking marshmallows and we're talking about quantum physics and quantum entanglement and angels and demons and dragons and monsters and the Anunnaki and the architects and the creators of solar systems. And I mean, way beyond the boundaries of what most people are talking about, kind of almost beyond Billy Carson. That gives you how far he goes back. I want to go beyond that. Who created the people that he talks about that played gods in Egypt and Anunnaki and all? I'm sorry, I keep because I'm trying to keep up with the cell phone version of the show because I keep moving over here and I look center, but I'm off on the screen. So if you see me, I'm not having a seizure. I'm just trying to stay in the center of both screens.
You got to take out your. Does it go off when I take it off? Is it off now, or can you still?
What goes off when you take it off?
Well, the
You started
lights. No, when they used. I know I did. Now you just gave it back to me. I'm like, all right, game on. I got to be a little more.
So you want me to get rid of my gum? Is that it? I can.
Yeah, I need the pack of gum now. I need to try this gum.
I'll stop for a minute because I'm like.
No. I thought that it was when I take down the streaming window for Instagram, you can't. It still shows on your end, is what I'm saying, or does it not? Because I took it off on my end.
I don't.
You can click the box in the. That's why it's like two side by sides, and there's Instagram that's next to us.
Never. I had an Instagram account for a day, and then because it was connected with Facebook, it was gone. And
oh no, but I'm streaming on 2 Instagram accounts.
Okay, now you're just showing off. We know.
We've got well between the both of us. Let's see, there's 8 streams going.
Yeah, I got the new Doc Skinner one, which wasn't shadow banned, which is why I'm going to be doing my clips on there. The 1028 one is going to be more of a historical backup file of stuff in the past and great interviews. If you want to see some crazy stuff, if you can find the shows that were going on during the riots, I was doing 10 to 12 hour live streams and I would get pulled into the psychosis that the writers were doing. I was like climbing up on my chair going, get up, and then after that was all done, I was like, this shit's it pulls you in quick. And sometimes it's like an undertow. Next thing you know, you're in the mob mentality. And yeah, I had to tone things down from there. And then of course the Travis Scott incident that happened in Astro World, that took me down no rabbit hole, but like a hole to hell.
Oh God.
The stuff that I saw, I witnessed, the videos, just everything that went on. I was like, dude, evil is incarnate. That's why the whole thing
how he sold his soul. Yeah. But
yeah, with the sounds and everything, they were using
they always sacrifice. There's always a death.
Well, here's the thing. The stage had a huge round vortex looking screen, right? Which was supposed to be a portal. Yeah. And before the show started, it said in the ring, in this portal thing, it said, see you on the other side.
Yeah, I remember that.
The bodies of the dead from that event were all laid in a row behind on main stage.
How creepy.
Even at the top of the mountain setup they had projections of look like good people, and they go through a doorway and then they come out like a spirit. So it was all planned.
No.
That's why when people were yelling, "Stop, stop, stop," he just sat there and went, "Oh, hey, hi," with his
Yeah.
vocalizer thing. He knew what was going on.
I
He
remind
knew.
people of the Kardashians and also Tom DeLonge, who was with
Jesus
the
Christ.
TTSA, and Baker's whole deal with the Kardashians are
Dude,
all
the
in the
stuff,
same.
like their Halloween photos are just like American Horror Story can't even touch it.
Yeah.
It's just so out there.
So it
Um,
is too.
and yeah, the world is evil, and I don't see it getting any better for our generation, at least, because we're still in that 1,000-year.
No, but as you see it, I see it different. There is going to be something that happens within the next year, and that'll be our opportunity.
Yeah. People have been saying that every year for things.
No, no.
You know how many end of the
Mhm.
worlds we've survived, you and I?
No, this is different. This is different. I can explain it. I'm actively deciphering it. But
I'm cool
it's
for change, because we need something. Uh, but
I even have a
this whole thing
plan.
with Satan's little season has really kind of made me see things like more things made sense. It's like
Mhm.
the question that every kid is asked: why would God allow that to happen? Because he's not running loose. Satan's running loose. And that's
Yeah.
why all this stuff's happening. Um, and then people saying this is a prison planet and it's for soul harvesting and all this, and that we're just trapped. You're not
Yeah,
supposed to
we're
go in,
trapped.
you're not supposed to go in the tunnel of light. You're supposed to go away from it, or you just you know what they say the tunnel of light is at the end of the tunnel when you're dying. You know what that is?
Yeah, the birthing canal.
Well, not just the birthing canal, but it's the fluorescent lighting in the OR. You're being
Yeah,
born.
coming out of the birthing
Yeah.
canal.
And
Can I
so
okay, on a different note, what if I've asked this question before. What if, like, at the end of the dark light, white light, whatever way you choose to go light, you hear, simply like all of a sudden you wake up and you hear, "Congratulations, you've completed your simulation on planet Earth." You return to your normal life that makes sense, like in your 20 years, maybe advance in the future by 30 or 40.
Mhm. So, basically, oh, fuck, what's the name of the movie? Schwarzenegger, Mars. Um, what was that movie in the 90s? Sharon Stone was his make believe wife. Total Recall. Total Recall is all about that, where you think you've lived a complete life
Yeah.
when you find out you just went on your lunch break to a place at the mall, jacked
Yeah.
in, and you only spent 30 minutes in it. Um, that kind of stems with the Matrix and everything. Uh, that is something I've always wondered. What if this life that I'm experiencing is a simulation? So I experience not having success all the time. It's like I wonder what a loser feels like, and like even though he tried really,
Yeah.
really hard all the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because a lot of people say we're here to learn lessons. Um,
Mhm.
who's to say that this life cycle is is a class project? It's an assignment.
Mhm. Who
And
drew the short straw?
well, I think it's everybody. I think because that's the one thing that these alien beings, this other species, they don't have the emotion. They're more
Mhm.
robotic. And the grays and all them, that's why they're,
That you were gonna teach them a lesson. We're gonna go down there, we're gonna amp up their emotions, and we're gonna throw them down in places like Walmart and
yeah.
the
I think
county fairs.
that's why they're so interested in us, is because we can experience love and compassion and hate and anger and get reproduce and all that. So we're we're a popular experiment. um and it's just it kind of sucks, man, when you really think about it, that it's like a Twilight Zone episode I saw in the 60s.
Oh, I hated those when they get
where
stuck
people
places.
wake up and then they realize they're in a zoo, and all the people outside watching are like pig face people. And
Yeah. Oh,
you know,
yeah.
you
Yeah.
know, or better ideas like Truman, like the Truman Show. Um,
Can you imagine if
I,
you got
I,
to
I
the
would
end
be,
and like pushed and found it? Like, I'd be like, oh man, I knew it.
yeah, yeah. The other thing people talk about is like every time we have a near death experience, we're like, oh my God, I could have died. We actually did, but the shock of it threw us into creating a brand new timeline. So it's like every time we have a deja vu or near death experience, we start a new timeline from that point.
Yeah,
Um,
I believe that. Or anytime there's mass change, you jump timelines.
See, and I want to be one of those people that proves this, kind of like the people that are trying to prove dark matter, even though you can't really see it. Um, that's what I want to take research to the
You have to
edge.
find the quantum leapers.
Oh, wouldn't that be? I mean, that would be so cool. One of my
Yeah, but
favorite
that's so
shows.
you just have to go to Stargate. Some of the very ones that you know are a part of they're on the jumps.
Mhm. One of the guys that's not on the list that you saw that I'm hoping to get on the show is Dean Devlin, the creator of Stargate, and get him on the show because I remember we did a radio interview with him at a station I was working at, and the morning show guy said, "So, what inspired?" Oh no, he goes, Doc told me that when you go to writing class, the first thing they teach you is write what you know. So how did you come about with Stargate? And Dean Devlin is like, well, after we had the battle of so and so against the Archons, and I thought, you know what, this would make a great story, even a great movie. And the
Yeah,
morning
right.
show guy was like, wow, okay, that makes sense.
I think that the gate kids that they were finding the Stargate. I think that I know that some of them were jumping.
Yeah, no, I believe it too. As a matter of fact, with all of us waking up to being, remembering the GATE program, one of the things that I got the book, I've got the masks, I'm getting ready to start learning it, and that's called Mind Sight, where you close your eyes, you have
Mhm.
things over your, and you can see symbols and read and see colors and all that. And everybody's capable of doing it. Children are very
Yes.
susceptible to it. So I thought, well, this is really a great skill set to have if you're in a hostage situation. They got you blindfolded and you don't know where you are. Yeah, you could really mess with them and make them think that you're like a Jedi saying, I see that you have a purple tie on, Mr. Terrorist. Um,
It's like seeing through like a blindfold is like what it is.
yeah. Hold on one second.
He muted it. We'd have
Hi,
a
how are you
bleep
doing?
bleep. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't have the censor button available. So
That's
um,
funny. But yeah, no,
I
I think that I love your ideas. You always take stuff and I give you a hard time, but you really do because your mind I get how your mind works. And so I think you're going to be doing great things and I'm excited to see of what you have planned. And you should have if because I'm going to definitely get over there and jump over and subscribe. Um can we ask questions when your guest is live?
Now that's the thing. It won't be live. It's pre-recorded. Like I said, it's gonna be like Ancient Aliens. It's gonna be professionally
Do you
edited.
censor
Drawn
the
up.
comments if I particularly
I, I,
just
I,
had a
it's not gonna
extensive
be on.
rant?
It's not on YouTube. It's not on Facebook. So there's not a comment section for that.
No.
So I am actually working on that with Squarespace to see if I can create a chat room. So when I premiere the episode, we can have a live chat. But it's not
Oh,
where you can. It's like Third Face of the Moon does. They pre-record their show and then they sit there and talk over it, and the chat's going on.
I just want there's just one of the people that you have on your list. I just have a few questions for. That's
Yeah,
all.
if they come on, we'll see. Because I can't get a hold of them because all my contacts are gone because of Facebook. So we will see. But like I said, it's my wish list, and he before I lost the Facebook, he had mentioned, hey, have you seen the movie I just dropped today? I watched it. It was fun. I just remember when it originally happened, watching the video back then in the 90s was Real Player, and it was pixelated and it was crap. So seeing it in 4K was fun, and the eye blinking and everything. Yeah, it was a fun, compelling documentary. So there we go. And is the
Nobody can convince me of it otherwise. I
That's
was
okay.
just, we
Yeah.
all have our stories. That just
Mhm.
happens to be mine. The
Yeah.
mustache.
Well, I can tell you, you've had some guests on that I would burn at the stake.
Yeah. See, we all have one
Yeah.
of everybody.
So,
Yeah.
that's
I
why
just happened to
it's
see
okay.
yours. Yeah.
Yeah. Did I
Well,
plan to
when he
do that
was
on
gonna,
purpose?
then I got to the part of the story where it was a puddle on the floor. I was like, I'm done. But yeah.
I don't know. My love for burritos went up after that incident, and you know, yeah, man. I mean, the burrito alien. I mean, look. I wasn't there, and
No.
even if he was, as you see, somebody from a location, a medical location, um, I
He was
don't.
a patient.
Okay, all right, okay.
I'll
You
put
had to
money
throw
on
your
it.
2 cents in. Now we're going there. Ding ding, motherfucker. Let's go. All right. if
And
he
Daryl
was,
Sims
if he
backs me
was
on
that,
this. Daryl
if he,
Sims has evidence to back me on this.
okay, but if so, okay. But how could he afford and have the post production knowledge to create those videos?
Those were simple CGI. Like when you put
They
that
didn't
thing
have
on and
CGI
they
was
went,
not something that everybody could access like an app like they can today. Back then,
when did the
in the
videos
90s,
come out?
you
Were those
in the
videos ever
90s,
seen in the 90s? They were
in the
seen.
90s, yes,
Then
in
they
the 90s.
had production. I'll figure that part out. I'll figure out how
If
you
you
got
find the
production.
production company and they admit to it, then I will
Okay.
yield. I will
Deal.
yield then. Okay. But
Deal.
until there's physical proof,
Okay.
the one thing I can't stand is when people are dismissive of another person because
Oh, this
it
isn't
doesn't.
just dismissive.
No.
This
I'm just saying
is
in general. So that's why I give people the benefit of the doubt until they act like a dick, or treat me
he
wrong, or
freaked out.
then yeah. Um,
Maybe he just doesn't like women.
it, d- 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 you're jumping
He's
into
also
goofball
allergic to
territory, girl. Be
dogs.
careful.
He is
You
also
don't.
allergic to dogs, according to the ex-girlfriend. Testify.
Well, exes never have anything positive to say. So, you women
I'm
stick
just
together.
throwing this out there. I'm just throwing this
Well,
out.
either way, all I can say is the more you bring it up, the more people are going to want to watch my episode. So thank you. They're gonna go, man. Let's see what's Doc gonna say after all that. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens. And it'll make a great show, and I'll hopefully get one new viewer. So
Yeah.
other than my
With that
mom,
mustache alone does not scream. I
I am
I
not a
can
fan of
spot you out of a crowd
the
of
only
people.
person who should be allowed to have a mustache. Is a Magnum PI. That's it.
Yes.
I just freaking forgot his name off the top of my head. Who was the guy who played Magnum PI?
I don't know.
Tom Selleck. Tom Selleck is the only man that can, and the guy that's the voice of Smokey the Bear. Well, you can prevent forest fires. He's the actor with the he was in The Big Lebowski. He's the cowboy
Yes.
sits at the bar with the handle mustache and everything. He's been in like every movie. He does
And
every
it's
fucking truck commercial. He has that voice. That voice.
it's
He's allowed
definitely
to have the
not
mustache.
Dr. Jonathan Reed because that's not even his real name.
Oh my God, you are turning into goof on. You
It's
just
not.
promise me,
His real name.
don't be with that podcast that goes after like you find somebody like they're my arch enemy forever. It's like let it go, let it go, let it go. Anyway,
Oh God.
I just my heart breaks because the golden retriever was killed. So yeah. We'll see with that.
Well, if he were allergic to dogs, I don't know. And all these years later, if I asked him to look back at that and give a psychological explanation as to what he might have been going through emotionally, I could do that, but he could not. And he was supposed to be a psychological doctor.
I thought he was a dentist.
He probably, who knows what he's all been. WITSEC probably has a long list of things he's probably been.
Well, even if he's crazy like you're implying,
It's the only
he
way he'd know
couldn't
the
have
insides and
he
outs.
could not have produced that video in the 90s. The only way you could have produced something of that quality with the alien and the ship and the props and all that stuff, the harness wiring and all that, you would have to, at that time, unless you were a professional videographer or
This
filmmaker.
in the 90s was so divisive in the community. It
We had
tore
the
the
Video
community in
Toaster
two.
4000. Okay, it made rudimentary.
So you're
3D.
telling me that somebody
I went
wasn't
to film
behind
school.
that production? You
I
think
went to
things
Full
like
Sail
that
Center
just
for the Recording Arts in
happen?
Orlando. It is the creme de la creme of behind the scenes. It's like, Juilliard is for actors. This is for everybody else that works on these projects. When that was going on in 93, 94, or whatever it was,
95.
95, I was in film school, and you had to pay a lot of money. You had to have a lot of skill set to create something like that. That is the main reason why I'm skeptic to saying it's fake.
Yeah, but it
Because
was, what did it do to the community? It divided it in two. I say
the
that
community
thing was
divided itself.
well
Blaming
funded.
it on
No,
one
that
person
was
is
well
bullshit.
funded. No,
Who
it
funded
was
it?
one of the things.
Who funded the
That's
video?
what we got to figure out. I'll find out.
So you're accusing of something you have no proof for.
No, this is a mere, when you have a hypothesis,
That's a
and you have to
guess.
test it.
You're
Yes, I'm
guessing.
guessing, but it would
And
be like,
and don't label it as fact, though. That's what you're
no, I'm
doing. And that's
not.
what
Mm-mm.
you
I'm
don't have
only
proof, but
supposing.
you're speculating. You're
I
speculating.
have
That's the
proof up
word.
to Daryl Sims saying that he would send the evidence that did back the mental health
Have you seen
institutional
the evidence?
claim.
Because someone's
Well,
saying they
I'm
have
going to
it
trust
and getting
Daryl
it.
Sims on thing, but I can ask him for it. I can email Daryl Sims and ask. But I would trust the alien hunter is not telling, like, fabricating, but I will ask him.
Remember I told you some of the guests?
Is Daryl Sims on there?
So
Is Daryl
anybody
Sims on
calls
there?
himself fucking alien hunter? Come on. I mean, yeah, dude. Sorry. Bunch.
Not Daryl Sims. You should
Just like
have.
Andrew
You should
Gashaga jump
pair.
through jump rooms. I mean, give me a fucking break.
Okay, you
Yeah,
know what
he
you
has
should
an
do?
idyllic memory. He can memorize shit, and he sounds like he's really fucking smart. But in the end, it's all a fucking story that he created,
Jonathan
and people have
Reed
run with it.
had a head, a body in his freezer next to his peas and carrots. You know what you should do is you should put them side by side and let them stake their claims.
Which what peas in a head?
That's no, Jonathan told me about putting the alien in his freezer and that he put his peas and his carrots, and that he was so traumatized for a dog that his girlfriend says he's allergic to. He can't even have a dog. And then I'm gonna, you know who I'm gonna call? James Gillian, because it happened 1 hour away from East City Ranch. She's gonna have the
See,
ins
these
and
are
outs of
people
that.
that weren't there. They're just giving their opinions.
No, I'm gonna ask him if he can look up the details
If
because
they can
he's
have
within an
physical
hour.
proof of anything that they're accusing of, I will yield. But I'm not going to sit here with people who are speculating, saying, well, I got proof. They had proof of weapons of mass destruction for the Gulf War, which was a little bottle of baking soda. So sorry for being skeptic and having a hard time believing some of these people, especially in this
I'm just
fucking
saying
community.
that if you saw stuff going into a mountain and you knew there was like a base nearby, could you speculate it might be
see it?
here, and
Did you
here
see
and
it?
there?
Did
No,
you
I'd
see
go
it?
looking for it, but
Did
I
you
want to
see it?
know.
Now,
These
did you
aren't the
see it
same
yourself?
things.
Did you see the ship
I
go into the
said,
mountain?
if there was, I'm giving you an example.
Okay.
I didn't say by fact this month, but I'm saying if this were to be the case. Like I'm one that will not say something unless I'm very certain and I know everything but that last maybe pin mark. You there?
Sorry.
I don't want to call from the neighbors or the police because the donkey's barking. They're normally
Oh
allowed to come
no.
inside, but I've blocked them out for the show. So
Oh no.
they're
So
barking.
we'll let you go. But I said you should put like Steve Mera went on with Daryl Sims and they had a great you should put people like that together on a and have them do a debate. That would tune people in too.
Yeah. I'm at the point where I'm just over it all.
You
That's
could be
why
like a
I'm
ring. Ding, ding,
going,
ding, ding, ding,
see all
ding.
this stuff. This James Gill, these are people that have been in a circuit. Everybody's heard their fucking story over and over again. I just don't give a shit anymore. After the Congress hearings and everything, and now everybody's going,
I
oh,
don't care
aliens.
about that, but they're the experiencers. I'm just saying,
I'm an
like, would
experiencer
a
too.
side ring? Yeah.
And so, it's just, I think some of these people, it's like a B-rated actor on a TV show that's still doing Comic-Cons trying to feel relevant. And I think a lot of these people need to just put their shit up because we need to move past it. It's just a loop. It's a groundhog day. That's
We
why
need to
my
ask
show
them
is going to go
questions.
beyond all this stuff, not their experiences. I don't give a rat's ass. I want to know what they think because of their experiences, about other creatures and species and it's just everything. I don't want to hear their stories. I want their opinions on beyond that because everybody's asking the same fucking questions. And it's just it's old. It's old to me. So I'm doing something that's a little different. Not totally. I mean, because like I said, Joe Rogan and Sean Ryan did it to where um being in the same room is very important. It's a lot different than what we're doing right now because people interact differently when they're in the same room.
Mhm.
And it's more personal. Whereas here, you got keyboard warriors and shit. Like, what are you gonna do? You can't touch me. That's why I don't get into chat battles with anybody. I don't taunt anybody because it just stirs up shit that didn't need to be stirred up. And all these dot videos that are coming out and all the stuff being released, it's like, dude, go over the third phase of moon. You can see a lot better stuff. I mean, it's just a big show, and I'm tired of watching the same fucking rerun over and over again everywhere I go. And I just want something different. People can put their guards down, and when they come on, they're thinking, okay, this is not going to be a normal show. It's going to be something a little different, a little more special, um, delving into things that normally wouldn't be asked. And
It's good.
yeah, so for example, like if Travis came on, which he's not, because I've had him on multiple times. But what is his thoughts on toroidal energy that power the crafts that allow them to travel at speeds of light? I want his input on that because he's ridden aboard one of these things, right? So let's get that first person perspective. Yes, they've had encounters, they've had abductions or whatever, but I want to utilize that to open up their mind to other questions that just have not been asked. Hold on. I gotta scream. Excuse me.
If only we knew what was being said.
Some things are better unknown.
Unknown. But yeah, well,
I'm a Scorpio, so you don't want to get on my bad side, especially if you're a dog.
No, we got them all riled up. No. Your list is good.
Yeah, I was wondering if there was any questions. I was looking at it, but everybody's having a good time talking. So yeah, no questions there. Squatching on Earth globe can't. Nope. But you do have a very active chat room. I'll give you that, and I hope I can figure out how I can have that on my website. It's just I'm sure coding and stuff, and I'm not a coder yet, so I'm learning as I go.
Oh, to add the widgets from hell that can make or break it. I would find. I don't know.
I'll figure it
AI
out.
helps. I'm trying to think
Yeah.
of a way, but the more independent you can do it, the better, because the less controlled and the more that you're free to say that. I mean, that's better. I try and keep mine that way at all costs. It's like,
Yeah.
so it's I have great people, and I tell you, because once somebody gets in there, I've had it done before, and it starts to control. Oh, you're going to run our commercials, you're going to do this, you're going to do that, and I don't want the message to get lost in that, and I
Yeah.
don't want somebody persuade or telling me, I it's just not my thing. So yeah.
Well, we're at 2.5 hours, and I'm probably going to get a noise violation and a visit from an officer here very soon if I don't wake
Yes.
this
Well,
dog.
please get that on camera. But thank you so much for coming. And again, just tell everybody real quickly, DocSkinner.com. And where
And the
else to find
books,
you?
Fly, The Rise of
The
Jeff
Fly
Parker,
series.
Dancing.
Yeah.
It's a good time. First ever book on indoor skydiving, like character driven storyline.
No, it's really good. I
Yeah,
got into it. I read it.
thank
So I
you.
got into it. It's
And
very good.
the audiobooks on Spotify as well, on my website as well. And hopefully next week or two we'll be able to film the first 4 episodes, and then hopefully within 7 days of editing all that we'll be able to get them scheduled for premiering, and then it'll just snowball from there. But it's just those first few steps, like riding a
Well, you'll
bike.
have to come on, and we'll have to do some, fun. Tell us about it and promotional stuff. That'd be fun.
Cool. Well, thank you very much for having me.
Yeah. Real quick before we go, I'll just keep you on here. I just wanted to thank Amy Allo and welcome the new SNX ground crew member. Absolutely love and appreciate you guys, and each and every one of you. Thank you so much for being here and being a part of this and getting the message along, because without you, with censorship and everything else, it wouldn't be getting out there. And I really do appreciate that. So on behalf of Coley here at SNX Radio, also known as Coley UFO, and Doc Skinner with 1028 Productions, thank you for taking the journey into the unknown, and we'll be seeing you again shortly.
Thanks.
Bye.
Good night, everybody.